Welcome everybody to Burn After Viewing. I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Jonah, and I am in my 40s, and I love movies. And I'm joined here by my co-host.
I'm James Austin Black. I'm in my 20s, and I like the movies.
And we are going to discuss a very important movie that is near and dear to my heart. A movie, if you were in your 20s when it came out. No, I was in high school when it came out. Boiler Room meant a lot to a lot of us. The 2000 hit.
Was it a hit?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I didn't know.
The 2000 cult hit. Boiler Room.
Is it a cult hit?
It was a cult hit for sure.
How much money did it make?
When it's cult status, you can't tell that.
That's true.
Right.
But so you're saying when it released, though, it was it big with a group of people, but then as time has went on, it's grown to be a thing for a lot of people?
You know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Boondock Saints. It's a movie that, like, of that era, like, when you would, like, because DVD is just getting big right now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a few years into being big. So it's the ability that where somebody can watch it and then easily show it to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a February movie.
Mm-hmm.
It actually came out technically 26 years ago, a couple days ago.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's fun. $7 million budget, $28 million box office. So that is a very small hit. That's a hit still.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Have you watched the trailer to this?
No, but I'm sure it's awful. I can only imagine how awful it would be because of how.
Can we do a live
were.
reaction? We're too early in the podcast for this, but let's do a live reaction to the trailer.
Okay.
Because I watched the trailer and I was trying to think about. Okay, we're gonna be kind of all over the board here because I have a lot to talk about with this movie.
Yeah,
I legitimately forgot how much I love this movie.
Yeah, so this is like a review / a discussion / whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we're just here talking about Boiler Room for good.
Yeah.
So join us on this journey. Well, we recommend you see it first.
Yeah.
We're not here to like break it down and walk you through if you haven't seen it. So sorry about that. So go
basically,
watch Boiler Room.
if you're new to the podcast, we switch off week to week. We pick a movie for the other person to watch through a little game that we play. And generally, there's a 20-year difference between Austin and I.
Yeah.
So we like to pick movies that we're pretty sure the other person hasn't seen.
Or hasn't seen in a while.
Or hasn't seen in a while.
It through our lens.
But it's a movie that we either enjoy or enjoy to talk about.
Yeah. Somebody in the room has to enjoy talking about it, or else we have nothing.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But sometimes we've walked into it, and I've either enjoyed the movie more or I've enjoyed it a lot less. Mm-hmm. You've been very not happy with the movies that I have chosen.
It's just funny that like for so long I've known Jonah. He's like, oh my god, you haven't seen this? Oh my god, you haven't seen that? Mm-hmm. And then none of those movies we've done so far.
Right.
And they've been on my watch list or we used to like watch movies on a wheel every week.
Yeah.
And there's still movies on that wheel we haven't done yet. And I'm like Big Trouble was
did Big Trouble.
Big Trouble was great because I've been waiting forever to watch that. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. But
I feel like The Professional was talked about.
Yeah, Leon, it was good because I probably should have seen that.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll go off of a movie that you chose or a conversation that we'll have. Mm-hmm. For instance, you're not a big Vin Diesel guy.
No, I like him now.
Yeah, but
the Riddicks are great. He's incredible in those. Those changed my life on him.
Okay, so we had that conversation where you were like, "Oh my God, Vin Diesel!" You texted me something close to like, "Wow, Vin Diesel's incredible in this movie."
Yeah, and
I was like, "You don't know the Vin Diesel that I know that came on pretty strong as like a really talented up and coming actor." Yeah. And then he just kind of made some bad decisions here or there, and then he just lost his mind, and now he's Vin Diesel.
Now he's only doing Fast and Furious.
Now he's only doing Fast and Furious, and he has some weird hit song out that.
He does do that.
Yeah,
oh my Lord.
Yeah, or he makes like interviewers feel uncomfortable. He's like, it's like if the situation became more famous.
Yeah, what a great way to put that.
It even looks like the situation now too, which you should do. But like so when you mentioned that, I was like, yeah, he's really good. And then I'm like, he's great in Boiler Room. You know who else is great in Boiler Room? Ben Affleck. And I love Ben Affleck. And I think everybody in this movie is great. And this is a movie that okay, so we were thinking about doing another podcast about this, like movies that like kind of got you into a different genre.
Sure, yes.
Right? Do you want to talk about that now or do you want to talk about that a little later?
We can talk about that later, yeah.
So I will say that like, this is like right when I'm like, trying to watch movies that no one's ever seen before that not a lot of people talk about.
All right, so this was your like, I don't want to say indie phase, but your indie phase?
This is the beginning of like my wannabe indie phase.
Ooh, okay.
I can't tell you. When I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't remember this trailer at all. I don't even know why I watched it. Mm-hmm. I think this is during a time when I would just buy every new release on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would just buy every new release. I'd go to Best Buy and then whatever new release I could figure out that was coming out that day, I'd buy.
Really? Wow.
And I'd watch a bunch of them. That's why if you look at like behind me, if you're watching some video, I'm behind, like, I have a DVD wall,
Mhm.
and majority of those movies are from this era because this
Oh.
was the time when I was buying every single new release.
Okay, wow.
And this was in such old time. The boxes had a flip on it, so they had like
yeah.
their paper, and then there was like a little clip that was on
Yeah,
it.
you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of those.
Yeah, the
the
Negotiator
Batman
came
one.
like that. This movie came like that. The First Exorcist came like that. A bunch of movies came like that. The Fugitive came like that. Even the old DVD discs, you'd have to. It was like it was kind of like Laserdiscs. You'd have to flip some of them if they're too long of a movie.
Yep. I
Because they didn't have the
those.
double. They didn't have the two sides on one. They didn't have double layering at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that Bringing Out the Dead was the last movie printed on Laserdisc?
That was on Laserdisc.
Yeah, that's what I watched that yesterday after this movie, and that was the
Mhm.
one fact I got from the trivia section.
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
Wow.
Sorry, that
But,
just made me
okay,
think because I was
so-
like, I haven't heard that phrase in a while, and you just said it again.
Yeah. So I'll say that this is a movie when, at that time, I was, I think, a junior in high school when it came out,
Okay,
and
that's prime Jonah, dude.
yeah, and it was like a movie that my friends and I would quote to each other all the time. I haven't seen it probably in 8 years.
Oh wow, okay,
And when I watched it, I was like, I forgot that I know almost every line in this movie.
wow, okay, it's that deep.
Yeah, like I
Wow.
can go with it while it goes.
Which is funny because that's me for Wolf of Wall Street.
Which is such a longer movie to memorize.
More
Right.
impressive, but also it's the same. I
Yeah.
don't want to say same movie, but it is the same adjacent genre to this movie.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we both have a movie for that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's around the same time as Gone in 60 Seconds. The last movie I got to choose for you was Gone in 60 Seconds.
What an incredible movie.
And you hated that movie. And I had just as much fun rewatching this. And I don't know if it's because I kind of go back to how I felt when I first watched it.
Mm.
And I can't see through those glasses.
You just remember the days you were getting your first pubes.
Yeah, in the first pubes when I was a junior in high school. Right.
I don't know what
It's a
you're.
late
I don't
bloomer.
want to judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to say it how it is.
Oh, Daddy, when my mama was
when I was
when my
shut out,
mama was changing my diapers, she was shaving my pubes,
yeah,
brother.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was trimming me up.
I got some curlies up in my turlies.
Okay, so Austin,
Yes.
now I'm gonna switch to you. What did you know about the movie for? What did you expect, and how did you experience
I
it?
knew absolutely zero about before you even like did the I'm thinking of a movie thing. I knew zero.
Okay.
You brought it up one time in casual conversation when we were talking about Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to get it. If you didn't bring up that conversation, I would have never have guessed it in a million years.
Mhm.
Never heard of it. I haven't seen a frame of it. I didn't even like. It's like a movie I haven't even seen a poster for.
Mm-hmm.
Nor have I, because most of my like, I know about movies, but I haven't seen them. Comes from like me watching Watch Mojo, which we've talked about a couple
Yeah.
times here, and Wikipedia, just going through those, or like DVD commercials in the beginning. But this is too young for that, and like I just haven't seen it at all. Like I didn't know Vin
Yeah.
Diesel was in it. I did not know Ben Affleck was in it. I
Yeah.
did not know that. I didn't know Giovanni Ribisi was a leading man ever.
Yeah.
So and Jamie
Nia
Kennedy
Long?
and Jamie Kennedy, who I know,
Scott
been-
Conn.
dude. Even when I like met Jamie Kennedy and I like had to study some of his movies, I totally missed this one. I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah.
It's Scott Conn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew zero about it, and I went in expecting it to be not a well fleshed out version of Wolf of Wall Street, just based on the runtime alone, and I was right on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 hours long. When I saw it was 2 hours and it had the same vibe, and it was about like the same thing of like a fraudulent company.
Was loosely based on.
Jordan Belfort,
Yeah.
yeah, and the real like, which is cool.
Mhm.
That's neat. But I went into it being like, I really gonna want to like this, but I know I'm gonna hate it if I'm gonna try to like fully compare it to
Mhm.
like Wall Street and Wolf of Wall Street and Big Short, Margin Call, whatever.
Yeah.
But so it was hard for me to separate that.
Yeah.
I ended up like leaving the movie being like, I have an opinion about the movie that doesn't really hinge on the idea that it's like a part of this genre with like heavy hitter winning movies in it.
Yeah.
Like I actually have the critiques which I've talked to you about, like about pacing, like things that are beyond it being like a stock market movie.
Yeah.
So I walked away being like it was solid, and I enjoyed.
Could you watch it again?
Maybe
Okay.
I'd say maybe, but I don't know what more I can get from it.
Could you see how like 17-year-old you would probably been like, this is a good movie?
17-year-old me?
Yeah.
I mean, if I hadn't seen Wolf of Wall Street, yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I mean, I saw Wolf of Wall Street when I was like 15. It was
Okay.
life changing,
Wow.
dude. I can't tell you how
I always
life
forget
changing.
how young you are. Like when you say 15, I was like, that's insane. But I guess I saw this when I was 15.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
which I get, but it's also like, I don't know. But then, I guess because I'm used to movies where like people who are doing bad things like this, they glamorize. Well, no, because at that point, Goodfellas was out, Casino was out, all these other movies that glamorize like men who do illegal things. Like, it was cool. But this one, I think, just lacks. I would see it again, but I don't know what I'm going to get from it. What?
There's almost no accountability in this movie. Like, nobody ever, you don't see anybody really get in trouble. Giovanni Ribisi just gets to walk away at the end, which is crazy.
It just feels like that just had to end. I don't know. Whoever wrote it clearly, I feel like, or made it, wanted to make a Scorsese-like movie for stock trading, which is smart because, as we know, it turned out really well for Wall Street.
Yeah.
But it really felt like they were like, because the narration, the way it was like kind of structured, and like the different plot lines, it definitely felt like a Goodfellas-esque movie, but the studio didn't back the idea they wanted a 2-hour, 40-minute movie or a 3-hour movie, which this movie would have benefited so hard
like 2.5. But you know, I like this choice, and I think I read something, we were kind of going over like, oh, did you know facts of this movie? And then I clocked this, but then this kind of reiterated it, was that like you never get to see Giovanni Ribisi actually rich.
Yes.
And I do like that because
there's elements I like about it that I like really like about it.
I like that you see the grinds
yes.
in him, and then you see him ignore his moral dilemma until it's so blatantly in his fucking face. He cannot not deny it.
Yes.
Right.
I like that we don't see him glamorized with like the cars and the girls and stuff, like, but they should have put more emphasis on other people having that to show his motivation better.
Yeah. But
I think what Wolf of Wall Street does is that by showing Jordan Belfort owning all these cars, Margot Robbie, he's got a house, whatever, it inherently motivates the whole Stratton Oakmont office.
Yeah.
And, you know, because you see a guy throwing lobster at people off a boat, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It better motivates than like, oh, I see why everyone is so addicted to this. Well, Giovanni, I see they give us a different motivation with his dad, which is good.
Yeah.
It's really good. But I really wish, I mean, all they had was Ferraris. They had nothing else.
They
were just throwing around Ferrari keys, and then that was their glamour.
Well, that's what I liked about it, is that like, I think like, okay, so there's that, I mean, the Ben Affleck speeches are great. I think, dude,
the speech itself is good. I don't think Ben Affleck delivers it well.
I disagree. I think in this genre, nobody can deliver, in this time frame, in this type of genre, like nobody can deliver a monologue better than Ben Affleck.
That's
a fact.
Horrible claim you just made. I saw that
Good Will Hunting.
I saw that coming a mile away, man. You're insanity.
That's insane, or like that's such an obvious thing to say.
No, like who? What? Like
Ben Affleck's speech in Good Will Hunting is incredible.
Okay, he's got 2. You claiming
he's got 3 in this movie alone.
What? What's the third? When they recite
Chasing
Wall Street?
Amy, I Love You. That's one of the best.
That's a good. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Back off my ass. I'm sorry.
There's so many.
That was such a bold claim. I didn't
think I was going to bring this up. I would have made my list if I thought this was going to be a point I was going to make. But
best
it's just
monologues.
Yeah. No, about the best Ben Affleck monologues. I mean, dude, like he's running through so many in the town. Great in that. He's great. Like Ben Affleck is an underrated actor, and it's very frustrating for me.
I think he's appropriately rated. He's really. I mean, he's like you say his name. He's a household name.
Yeah.
I think that means he's pretty appropriate.
But I think he's a household name as like a punchline.
No, I mean Matt Damon.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Damon, I think is a little worse.
Well, that's different because you're quoting somebody making fun of him, but like
Batman,
people. But
dude,
Matt
Ben
Damon's
Affleck
like
was Batman.
But he's also thought of as like the worst Batman, which I totally disagree
That's
on that
not
one.
true at all. We all know it's George Clooney. Like, let's not act like it's not George Clooney, even though we love Batman and Robin. Ben Affleck rocks as Batman.
He just ruled. Like, so my point is that in that speech, he's like, I'm 27, and that makes me old for here, right? But I'm good at my fucking job, so whatever. So the point is like all these kids, all they do is they want to make money, but they don't know what to do with the money.
Yes.
I mean, this thing is like, and they're so. I think there's like the subtlety of, I feel like there's a scene that got cut out, which is, or maybe
Are you talking about like the subtlety of them spending money? Because that scene for me is when he goes to the guy's house and he's lived there for 8 months and nothing's unpacked.
The subtlety of like I work such long hours, I can't even spend the money that I have.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
Right, and I'm also young enough. I don't know what's important to me. Like in that house, it's just a big screen to watch Wall Street, which I loved. A tanning bed because that was huge in the late 90s.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. And then just cardboard boxes.
And then nothing else. Yeah, where he was just like, how long has he been living here? Because he's been here for months, man. And the guy like acted like he's an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
But like that's how dedicated we are to our job. It's only about making money. It's not about spending money. It's about making money.
Yeah, and then not knowing. Yeah, because then he wouldn't know what to do with it because they're not educated.
Right.
They are educated, but not. If they're educated, they would actually have a real Wall Street job.
Yeah.
That's the point of like the Jordan Belfort also is that like he's not necessarily like he's educated, but then he gets screwed over by Black Monday.
Right.
But then so he has to go to the penny stocks. Well, these people are just like losers. It's just
Losers.
it's a corral of losers.
And that's why I love that too, is because it's even mentioned up front where it's like they're not even in New York.
Yeah, where are they?
They're like in Jersey.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
They kept showing city shots, and I was like, what? Where are we at?
A far distance. I think they're either from Jersey or they're upstate a little bit.
Okay. I guess
I just assumed that I never looked at that, but I
do
assume that
like
they're
that
in Jersey.
it is just like an office building in
No,
the
because he goes.
suburbs.
I'm sick of seeing these Jersey like lawn lizards. He didn't say lawn lizards, but like when he gets his Series 7,
Oh, okay.
he wants to go back to the city.
I see. Well,
But
I,
that's
no,
the
I'm
thing is-
saying I like that there are office buildings in like where they film The Office. Like it looks like
yeah.
a normal office
Yeah.
building. I like that because that is like true like today that they still do that.
Yeah,
out of
but the
this.
thing is, like they're big fish in a small pond. So
Yeah.
you see that too. Like even like when JP Morgan, the
Yeah.
people from JP Morgan are there, and they make them like. I kind of like that. Kind of like fuck you. Like we're like the grits, but then they're making fun of them. Like you guys are fucking losers.
like they know that what they're doing is illegal also, which is
Yeah.
funny because everyone just knows it.
it's
that
a
they're-
fucking chop shop. You know
that
what
they're
are you,
bad.
Yogi Biz?
Well, honestly, all that stuff is fun, but it does make Seth's character just stupid. So Giovanni Ribisi, he plays Seth. So I think he is usually when I watch a movie for the first time, I call the character by the actor's name.
Yeah.
But this time I've been really good about calling him Seth and
Yeah.
then the other guy Harry. So when we say Seth, we're talking about Giovanni Ribisi for people who maybe don't remember
Yeah.
what that guy's name. His name's Seth, which is a perfect name for him because he has that Seth Green vibe. So I kept
Yeah.
thinking Seth Green would rock this. Anyway,
Mhm.
but it makes him look stupider in return because like he has so many signs in his face that what he's doing is illegal that by the time he's like, something's afoot.
But
it's
everyone,
like annoyingly like, yes, dude.
but everyone is telling him, yeah, of course, man. I mean, Nia Long says that. Nia Long is basically like, oh, you think you're getting this? You think it like she says something short of either accept what you're doing is wrong and get the money, or like have your more dilemma and leave. Like
yeah, that's
we
when it
all
first starts,
accept
yeah.
it. And then Vin Diesel too is like, hey, why do we get such big rips? And Vin Diesel's like, I don't care. I like being a millionaire.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
He's like, I don't care. I want this. And I think that's the problem is like because Seth's father makes him feel very bad. He's like, he never thinks that nothing's gonna be good enough.
That's a good point. I just wish again this all plays back to the idea the movie's shorter than it needs to be because if they just built
Yeah.
it up a little bit,
Yeah.
it just would have played better. To me, he just kind of became curious at the wrong time where I'm like, I mean, you were helping with, you clearly were so into it. Like,
Yeah.
just be like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to get to the idea that he becomes an informant, but I wish it was more fleshed out. Again, that just
Yeah.
plays back to there should be more time in the movie.
I almost think they shouldn't even be the police involvement.
Yeah, but again, it's hard to say because Wolf of Wall Street doesn't exist when this movie comes out.
Right.
So it's hard to not be like, I like that, like, he becomes an informant and he's not like the top dog. Like, I like that their reasoning that they're targeting him is because he's new to it and it's clearly shown signs that he's intelligent. So they think he'll be smart enough to know
Yeah.
he should help the FBI.
Mhm.
I like all of that.
And he's
Again,
not like
it just
dedicated
doesn't
to
get
them.
like the FBI agents just like are in like 2 scenes.
I think they're horrible. I think
Really
it's the worst,
weird.
I
They
think it's the
just-
worst part of the movie.
They just come and go.
It's kind of forced in there. You know what I would rather have is like he gets caught seeing like the other office,
Uh-huh.
and then they start like threatening him, like if you talk, we'll kill you, or do something kind of
Yeah.
like fucked up, and then he like gets himself out of it at the end there.
I'd rather
or
have
something like that.
I would love a movie to like it ends with an FBI raid, but you, the audience, don't know what's happening. Like it's coming.
Oh yeah,
Like they hint at it. Like maybe if you were like really watching, you'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, that guy's a little suspicious,"
yeah,
but like not in your face. And then by maybe the start of the third act or the end of the movie is like suddenly the FBI just shows up one day doing
Yeah.
work. Like the movie's about like to me the movie would be cool if it was about Seth joining this group, trying to get his father's approval. Then he screws over a specific guy in Harry, so we see Harry's side. And then by the time that whole Harry thing and his dad thing comes to a boiling point, then the FBI just barges in and like
Yeah.
hits, and like you think it might be like an out of nowhere twist, but like with a company like that, it's common that they would get
Yeah.
raided by the FBI.
or like they just slowly show like little hints throughout it,
Yes,
where at
that,
the end
like-
you're like, oh, it was there the whole time. Like even like
Well, maybe
even if you see Nia Long talk to the cops, like like she's walking away from the cops, and
Yeah.
Giovanni Ribisi's like, "Who's that?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it." And then those are the cops you see at the ends.
Yeah, or
something
like
light
the
like
guy
that.
who's shredding the documents is actually one of the informants for the FBI.
Yeah.
Like, but like we always see it through the informant's eyes. I want to see one where we don't see it through the informant's eye, and we ourselves are in the piloting seat of these stockbroker guys, and
Yeah.
like trying to make it more about a different struggle, but then it still comes back around because they should always get their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Because like, or else these are just like, white guys with crew cuts jerking off in a circle kind of movies.
Right, yeah.
And so, well, which is like the ending, which we'll talk about the alternate ending, but like,
Can't wait.
the ending's a little, it's good, but also not. It's so unsatisfying, but also I'm like, well, what else would it be? So
Yeah. Okay. So okay. I can't. Okay. I'm not. Now I'm excited to talk about the ending because
we can talk about the ending. Yeah.
Okay. So no. Before that, I want to talk about the movie a little bit. So like
Okay.
a little bit more because like I think the office like sales scenes are electric.
No, yeah. All the phone call scenes are like top tier.
I think
Incredible.
I mean, we can disagree if it wasn't acted the best, but I think the recruiting is great that Ben Affleck does.
Yeah, I mean, I have the speech out if you want to go through it at some point.
There was a moment in my time I did have this.
I want to
memorized,
like dissect
forwards
it
and
and
backwards.
like why it works
Okay.
and like why it would work not only like in a movie but in our world
Yeah.
as well.
I think the soundtrack choice, I think it was one of the best. Even
Oh,
though
yeah.
the soundtrack's incredible, and it's like incredible in a way where it's like it makes you. This is during a time when I was finding out about that type of music, like kind of jazz hop,
Sure.
like De La Soul, stuff like that, and like it wasn't mainstream, and it felt like the cool kids knew about this music, and then all of a sudden I found a movie with that music in it,
Yeah, so now
and it instantly was just like, oh, this is good, and it's like kind of like it's like I mean there's some racial tones in this that aren't really great. I mean one of the first words we hear is a white guy saying the N-word, which is insane that James Caan is just like, yeah, I'll say the N-word, no problem.
well, like no, I argue, I'll defend it in Wolf of Wall Street also and stuff, is that like that's just how, again, like, which is interesting because from the sister podcast Let's Get Done, we actually had a conversation about that, about like showing like, well, that's how things were in the 90s, or that's how this and that was done, so like we should, the difference between like historical accuracy versus not, because like back in those days, and still today technically I would argue, but heavily back in those days, yeah, stock people would just be dropping F slurs, N slurs, all of them,
Yeah,
because they are untouchable, on top of the world. Like they use any language.
they can think they get away with anything.
Yeah, they use any language they want to, because who
Right.
cares? They're rich, they're wealthy, and nothing will. They're God,
Yeah.
whatever. So like, I like that because it immediately establishes to you that these are not good people.
Right.
And like,
I like the first. I mean, I don't love that the first scene is a flash forward, but like,
yeah, I think
and
that
I didn't
was
like the
that was-
timing of
that's
it is
very Wolf of Wall
stupid.
Street. Also, that's the same pacing as Wolf of Wall Street,
Right. But
And-
also-
and Goodfellas. So.
yeah, but it also drops like, oh, these guys start trading again, but they never explain that in the movie. They never have that in the movie where they like the FCC's investigating them.
Yeah, no.
They never do that. So I'm like, give me that part.
Well, I wish that the flash forward scene, the scene beginning seems like, oh, this is going to be something.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get there, it's nothing. It literally cuts to the next scene. Like we get back to that point, I'm like, ooh, something's going to happen at this big
Yeah.
meeting. And then nothing happens. And then it cuts to the next scene. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why is that the point we caught up to?
I know exactly.
That doesn't
I
make any
hated
sense to
that
me,
part,
right? Like,
but I
I-
like the beginning when they show like almost like these guys are like a pack of dogs just attacking,
Yeah.
like in the hotel, and they don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about anything but themselves.
It's
I like
interesting.
that.
Yeah, it really had me in the beginning, but then like the movie had me, but I was like, there's some choices here that I love, and there's some directions we went in that I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like go back to
Yeah.
Vin Diesel on the phone talking to the doctor. Go
There's
back
gotta
to
be
those.
a director's cut here. That's got to be longer.
I love that we always have to ask for a director's cut, and that really sucks. But that is the
know.
way. And everyone likes a dog on. Here I come again with my Zack Snyder cape. Everyone loves a dog on Zack Snyder, but at least he's like adamant about like, in my deal, I'll make the movie you want me to make, but you need to give me my director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
And like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
we should just start doing that as a society of filmmakers.
Yeah.
Whatever. They should just have, or either give them full creative control, like Scorsese or Tarantino, which I don't agree with. I think everyone should have a leash. But then also just give them a director's cut. That's an extra stream you got on your thing.
Right.
That's an extra 4K you're selling now. Like just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I know. It's just like
Like
I mean-
like the Keep. Oh, I went to Reckless Records in Wicker Park in Chicago. We were in Chicago here. They had a $200 in the wrapping collector's edition of The Keep. It's a huge box. It comes with like a robe and like posters. It's
I
crazy.
didn't know this has this big of a following.
It's cool. And guess what? I would have bought it, but I turned it over and it says includes a 4K restoration of the theatrical cut of The Keep.
Oh.
And I went, okay. They even called it the theatrical cut. And then nowhere in the box is there a director's cut.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want the 3-hour version that Michael Mann made.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not going to spend, like, just let him have it. Like, just
Yeah.
do it. Like, you have the footage.
I know.
Stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Sorry. To me, I don't get it. But then again, I don't also get why Zack Snyder had to make a director's cut for a Netflix movie. Why can't the Netflix,
Right.
like, it's not going to theaters. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Sorry, when you mention director's cut, that gets me fired up.
Yeah,
I
no.
generally get like upset about them.
Yeah, it's weird because like, but then sometimes they're even worse than the. It's just like,
Well, name a time it's been worse actually. Sorry, not to detain. I am genuinely like, curious about that.
you know what? I didn't think. I wish I had a chance to think about this.
I can't name one that's worse.
I bet you I can name a couple. Oh, The Abyss.
I thought of The Abyss
Yeah.
right now, and I'm like, I like both, but I get why.
Yeah.
Is that even a director's cut or an extended cut? I don't think he
It's
claims.
a director's cut.
Oh,
'Cause he also did a
that's
director's cut
his
of
like.
Aliens.
He likes that. That's his version.
I think so.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's fair. Then that one is a little worse. Then.
Yeah. But like, I just love like the vibe of this movie. I like so we find Seth and he has his own casino. But the thing is
Cool.
he's sleeping and those people wake up and that's how hard he works, right? To make money.
Yeah, he gets woken up by people ready to gamble.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Which is great. And then he's just like, no, come over. And then he's like waking up while he's dealing cards.
Yeah.
And then I also like the scene of that guy flipping the fuck out. And then he's just like, hey, you want a coffee or something? He goes, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. He goes, why don't we get this guy a falafel? He goes, yeah, man, I guess a falafel. So he can instantly like calm a situation
Well,
down.
yeah, like that's a sales tactic of
Yes.
like offering something, but then insisting upon, like in the other guys.
Yeah.
One of the funniest scenes is like when they sit down and it's like they come to the Crenshaw, that's his name. I'm remembering the names, and they start interrogating him. And then as soon as they walk in, he's like, "What? Can I offer you a water?" And then the lady comes with like a cute mint water. And Will Ferrell's like, "Oh, okay." And then he calms down. And the next time they keep coming back, he's like, "Well, I was hoping we could have the water first."
Yeah.
I mean, like the sales tactic of like
Yeah.
pushing a liquid or like a beverage
Yeah.
or a snack in
What's my
front
point?
of
It's like
someone.
instinctually it's there.
Yeah,
with them.
because like that idea of like, well, now I had to like be nice to them because they gave me something for free. Like
Yeah.
it's all psychological, and you get it from the get-go with his casino that he's just doing it naturally, and then it kind of leads to why he is the best out of his class, I'd say, or out of that interview room. So I did like that also. That
Yeah.
just the way he handled it, I was like, nice. So this guy is gonna be good at his job.
Yeah. And I do like a movie that's based on like the serendipity of somebody meeting somebody else.
Great word.
Thanks.
Welcome.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it, but I like that word, serendipity.
I think I'm using it wrong.
I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I just
serendipitous, whatever.
Dippity.
Yeah, but like, and I love the idea of like they're cleaning up at night, and then the knock happens, and they all look up, like, or it's just
'cause the
like a
police.
moment that's
Yeah.
important to him, right? And then I like the intro of the main guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Big Bird mode. I mean, that was like,
Yeah.
yo, I need some cocaine. I want some cocaine. I need some kizzy up my knees. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my friends and I would do that all the time.
That? Was that Jamie
That's gotta be-
Kennedy?
that's
doing
gotta be a
it, or
choice.
Director. Like
That's
that,
got to be a Jamie Kennedy choice.
And then like because that whole like Jamie Kennedy like genre was so like short lived, but man, when he's in a movie, does he do his weird voices and
And he's
stuff?
great. He's so good in such a short period of time.
Dude, he disappears in the movie.
Good, because you can't have Jamie Kennedy longer than that. I mean,
The Son of the Mask would disagree.
I love Jamie. This is the time when I was like, I like this guy. I was really into Jamie Kennedy until
He's great in Romeo plus Juliet.
he's always good. He's so good in these little roles. He's
Yep.
great in Three Kings.
Mm.
He's like, do you remember him in Three Kings?
No, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. This is me thinking out loud with my eyes. What else is he in?
But he's great. He's like so good in this, and I think he's like the perfect.
Scream. God, he's great in Scream. Sorry, that's what I was trying to think of. Yes.
Yeah, but in Scream, I think you get a little too much Jamie Kennedy.
No,
He's great in it though.
he's good, man. And like the fact that he's like one of the only two people that lives is like, well, you didn't really see that
Yeah.
coming. Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
He's just like, I don't know. I think he's underrated in the movies that he's in.
Yeah.
Because then you get like Malibu's Most Wanted, and then you get like a little like too much Jamie Kennedy.
Son of the Mask was bad. For
Yeah,
him.
but I
Was
love
bad.
that line, and I forgot how much I loved it when he goes, because they're like, oh, and the guy goes, oh, you're not fuck around here. You actually have like real chips.
Yeah,
And he
like
goes,
with
yeah,
his-
some guy was whatever, and then Jamie Kennedy's like, was that Moshe? And he goes, no, some kid from upstate. He goes, fucking Moshe.
Yeah,
like,
he
he's just, like,
he just
like,
accepts his Moshe stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know. I wish that crew, like the thing I like about Wolf of Wall Street is that you actually get to learn and grow with that crew. Like you might think that like, oh, I don't have to worry about the otter, or I don't have to worry about this weird mustache muscle guy, or I don't have to worry about the Chester Ming, the Asian guy who talks white. You know, you think that these are just throwaway characters, but then no, you get they're in the movie the whole time.
Yeah.
There's never like a big. They're just in the movie, and they're massaged and marinated in the meat.
Yeah.
Of the movie. And I kind of wish Jamie Kennedy was one of those, because he's off the bat he's introduced as this like super colorful character.
Yeah.
Then he disappears, and it's
Because,
like, where did that colorful guy go?
Because like, okay, so Giovanni Ribisi like holds screen really well. He holds the screen really well. But like, dude, Vin Diesel's a fucking movie
Oh my
star.
god, Vin Diesel should have been.
I mean, his intro in this, I was like, here we fucking go.
Should have been the same level of screen time as Giovanni. He's so good as the mentor, and he's like showing how he's nice, but also he still plays the dirty role. You know, like.
But my point is, like, even Nicky Cat is like, that guy should be a star.
The Jewish guy.
Yeah.
He's
Sorry
to call him the Jewish guy, but in the movie, it's literally a Jewish guy and an Italian guy just calling each other slurs for half the movie.
Which is great. I love that. I like that.
Which is great.
No, I
we
did.
love it.
I thought it was really funny, and I just like, I like how they just kind of gave each other shit about it, and but also like self-deprecating. He's like, oh, I'm a Jew, and that's what I do. Like, that's the fun part.
Yeah, he does say, yeah. And then, I guess Vin Diesel.
Give me a latte,
Italian?
dreidel boy. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shove a menorah up your ass.
Yeah. Ricky,
Can we talk about though? Since we're on this now, can we talk about the doctor scene where Vin Diesel is on the phone with the doctor?
Yes, but before that, like, I mean, what a great intro to All-Star Salesman he's talking on the phone in the intro of him. He's talking on the phone. The earpiece isn't even in his ear. So he's not even hearing what the guy's saying to him.
No.
He just knows what to say back to him.
He's pushing through. He
Right.
doesn't need to hear
and
what
he's so on autopilot mode. He sees Giovanni Ribisi comes out and he goes, "Yo, kid, get the fuck out."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Whoa, this guy's amazing."
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
I like how he knows that like that's a guy who shouldn't be in here.
Yeah.
Like he's got eagle eyes.
Yeah, he just picks it right out because he can read people so well.
Yeah, but little do you know, he's like the most helpful one.
Yeah, I like their relationship. You know, I like that because you think it's gonna be Nicky Cat, but really he's just such a prick.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he finds this character Vin Diesel, who's great. But then we see probably the best. Would you consider a sales movie like this a sports movie?
What the fuck are you talking? What the hell,
Dude? A sales like that is like a boxing match.
A sports? What? I mean, like. I get what you're saying, but like I don't know how to not argue it.
He's working his way up through the ranks. This is a boxing movie.
But like then you can say that for any movie.
He came out
I
of
can
nowhere.
say for crime movie, for Goodfellas.
Came out of nowhere. He's trying to get his parents to love him, to accept him. He's trying to get respect.
The part it. Okay.
Right. But he's not a smart guy, so he's just trying to like make his way through the ranks. So would you consider this a boxing movie?
Most Scorsese movies. I mean, that's not a sports thing.
Okay.
I mean, but I see what you're saying though, that most sports movies are that. I mean, it's a business movie. Because when you say business movie, that's also what I think of. I think of guy joining business, learns business in either I feel like leans into business or goes against business.
But the scenes of the sales feels like a boxing match.
I guess, but to me, it doesn't feel like a boxing match. Okay, to me, it doesn't feel as much as a bot. Why am I saying bosking? What am I on? Crack? To me,
again?
No, stop it. To me, it's less of a boxing match and more of a deer hunting situation. It's because
the deer doesn't ever fight back.
Yeah, it does. It runs away. That's the thing. Like they're trying to keep the people on the phone to stop them from running away. The people aren't fighting back, trying to like sell them on their stuff. That would make it a boxing match.
Well, see, then Ben Affleck comes back and he's like a salesman, which I really liked. Is a sale is made on every single call. Either like you sell them stock or they sell you a reason why they can't. Yeah. So they don't run away. They win the fight.
Who does?
The person you're trying to sell to. If they sell to you why you shouldn't, and you hang up, you just lost that fight.
Yeah.
So then they won the fight.
Yeah, but they don't know they're in a fight. That's why I'm saying. That's why I was saying the deer hunting, because the deer doesn't know it's being hunted. The deer's acting instinctually on like. So like in this scenario, the people that are calling are the ones that are acting instinctually, being like, I need to talk to my wife, or that money's for my savings. Like these are like real excuses. While the hunter with the gun is just hunting, is pounding forward.
Do you think this is why
shooting?
Do you think this is like when we see the character that Giovanni Ribisi, which we'll talk about the ending too, but that he sells to, he's almost like kind of walking around aimlessly like a fawn does?
Yeah, like a deer. Yeah, they look like deer. Like the way that like their faces, like even the doctor is like, they have the wide eye, like, wow, I can't believe it. And they're just like, they're lost. Like he's wandering around the doctor's office. He's the guy's wandering around his small office, like pacing around, like while Giovanni's like locked into his chair, just like talking intensely into the phone. Like, and yeah, I see what you mean by the boxing match, but then to me it would be like if Mike Tyson fought a Conor McGregor, like a flyweight, or like someone that's not in his weight class, because like it's just punching down. Like he's just they're just beating these people to the ground. Okay. So to me it would be more of hunting, because they're hunting them like for sport, which again goes back to the idea that it's a sports movie, because they are hunting people for sport of their money. Yeah. Like fishing. Yeah, like fishing. It's like fishing. They're dangling. Fishing might even be better, because they're literally dangling something in front of their face, waiting for him to go. And as soon as they got him, then they hook him out. But if you dangle too hard, if you bob too hard, you're gonna scare the fish. Yeah. But if someone over here has a better, more smelly lure, then the fish are gonna go that way. Yeah. So fishing probably better.
That's one of my favorite, like kind of little parts in when Vin Diesel's like, basically Vin Diesel's almost like a father figure to Giovanni Ribisi in this movie,
which is weird. Yeah. Which you don't see coming. I like that.
Yeah. But then when he's like teaching him how to sell that one guy, and then he like say that, and he says it, and then he's about to talk, and he goes, "Oh no, don't talk yet." Like, where it's like, wait, let the guy talk to you. Like, kind of like don't dangle, don't put it back in the water again.
Classic Wolf of Wall Street. Like whoever talks first loses. Right. And then they sit there, and the guy talks, and then Jordan goes. I mean, like.
Do you want to talk about the Vin Diesel speech?
Yeah, I mean, what a great, like, well, because then you actually get to see Seth make his first, like, well, because Seth in the fishing analogy, Seth is the caster. So Seth's the one casting out into the water, which in this case is a cold call to a doctor, trying to lure in the doctor with his bait. Then when he starts getting nibbles, which when you see the bobber move down, this nibbles, whatever. Then he calls. What do they yell out?
Recco.
Recco. Or Greco.
Recco.
What does Recco mean?
They say it in the movie. I'm forgetting.
I don't know why they say it.
Recommendation. It's something.
Recco. I don't know. But anyway, awesome part where they all push each other over. Vin Diesel bodies Seth. That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, Scott Con's the one who takes him out.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And he helps him up. Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And then Vin Diesel grabs.
I love a good like jumping over the desk to get to a sail. Vin Diesel does that. He jumps
I know, but like you said that like there was like a slew of examples.
Well, like or anytime somebody's like jumping over a desk to get to someplace faster.
Oh, I see. Like just jumping over stuff they probably didn't need to jump over.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So then Vin Diesel takes the call, which then he starts like doing the professional fishing stuff of like the bobbing, the whatever you do, whether it's bass fishing or whatever, fly fishing, in the water. So he gets that, and then you watch basically him catch a fish, and like
a maestro.
Absolutely demolish a doctor, which is a good example also because like in our heads as like normal civilians, not in the stock world, you see that and you're like, well, I mean, that's a doctor. He's got to be smart. It's a doctor. He's smart, and doctors have money. So like, with those two things, but then you just see how even a doctor who clearly is like a head doctor, because you see him kind of doing head doctor stuff, that he still falls victim to these clear traps. Is like, wow.
Yeah, and it's so interesting is like he's like, wait, tell me more about this information, and he never tells him about the information of the stock.
No, he never did. He always
every time.
He
goes, honestly, Doc, I don't have the time.
I don't have the time. I got
to
call
that
to
are
other
in
clients.
The know. Right.
Yes. So and then I can only give you 2,000 shares. Like even though like that guy shouldn't be buying more than 2,000, but now he's got him hooked on.
He goes 2,000.
Yeah.
Wait, why can't I only get 2,000?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, like the person who wrote it clearly has either experienced it or like knows someone that is involved in it, because it was very like accurate way of selling stuff, and it was so cool. Yeah. What was it for? It was like. It's always a pharmaceutical drug, because those are the easiest to kind of sell on the idea. Because like you don't read about those in the news. By the time you read in the news, it's already in like distribution or whatever. Right. But one of them was about like preemie babies. Was this the one about preemie babies? Or like
that, I forget what that one's about, but the other one, I don't know if that's Feral Tech again, but the other one that Giovanni Ribisi sells is for premature babies.
Premature babies and like their helpfulness.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the Vin Diesel one is.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because they give like another vague like, oh, it does this. It's in the third week of stage of FDA approval.
Well, it's also like you're talking to a doctor, and so he already knows like the type of money that can make.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why he's like, whoa, you got a drug going on here.
Well, I think I even think that goes beyond, because like again, like when I hear that, I'm like, oh my god, big pharma is like, here. I mean, COVID was the best example of like seeing how much wealth people can get from a drug.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole element of oh no, I lost my train of thought. Oh my god, someone shoot me in the face, shoot me.
Well, you know what's great? So what I like about these two sales that you see, the kind of major sales, is like in Seth's sale, he's attacking an emotional sale. Yeah, you're gonna do this for your family.
Yeah,
like look what you did. Like you took the initiative, and you're gonna help this.
Yeah.
And in the doctor, it's look what you're missing out on.
Yes,
you're missing out on money that your colleagues are gonna make.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna look like a little dumb dick in front of your colleagues.
I mean, it's a perfect being able to learn a doctor like that. It showed Seth how important Seth was to that like luring a doctor in on a fake thing about a big pharma thing. Like that's a gold mine for anyone who is like a senior broker.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite parts of the movie is when the doctor's on the phone and he's like, whoever took that x-ray, it's useless.
Yeah.
I've never once thought of someone doing an x-ray and it's not useful, but I guess that happens.
Yeah.
To me, that showed a sign. I'm like, he's a bad doctor then, right? Because like,
right.
How do you mess up you just take a picture with an x-ray machine.
You can do it wrong.
I know, I'm just wondering how.
Right. Because you're not doing it right. Like, you're not watching The Pit.
No, I'm not watching. You're right. I'm not watching The
Okay,
Pit.
then you would know.
I understand. Yes, you need training to take x-ray. I'm not downing the x-ray photographers or whatever, but I'm like, I mean, out of all of them, cats can't all.
I think that's also proven that like I know more than you do. You know what I mean? Like I am the doctor. I know what the fuck I'm like, and that's why he's like on the phone. This guy's like, I don't give a fuck what you want, and then it's all of a sudden it's like blood in the water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it also demonstrates that like even when this guy is stressful and clearly shouldn't be on the phone right now, he's still on the phone.
Yeah.
I know it's a fun line. I think it serves purposes, but I also just like it.
Well, I also like the setup of like, because so that happens, and then so like you can tell like Giovanni Ribisi's like, whoa, that's like a magic trick I want to learn how to do.
Yeah, like dude, in Wolf of Wall Street, it's the best example of that. It's when they're all like standing around and watching.
Yeah,
and they go, how the fuck?
But then, which I do love, and we'll talk about this later. But like that's when we also get like find out that Seth's really bad at this, right? And he's just trying to get the phone. Which with the doctor, he is trying to get off the phone the whole time.
Yeah,
he's like, just let me send you the stuff, right? I can send it to you. And then Nikki Katz's character is like, I'm not good at the names. Nikki Katz's character is like, hey, like there's this rebuttal book that you got to learn. You got to learn how to like handle rebuttals. And then you see his with the other guy, it's all rebuttals.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's just like the whole like, did you get my info? No, I didn't get it. Oh, it's okay. I get stuff all the time, and I always push it aside, and I don't think it's important either. Like, like it's everything's a rebuttal, right?
Yes.
Or deflection or distraction.
Yeah, to keep it going. I mean, like that. I mean, listen. Boiler Room's a perfect example of why Donald Trump won the presidency. I just don't listen. I've been saying it forever. For all those people who are like my age or younger who are like still dumbfounded that he became president, especially twice, do not understand business at all.
Yeah, because he sold.
I mean, like look at how these. If you watch Boiler Room, if you watch Wall Street, if you watch Glengarry, Glen Ross. Wow, I said that way horrible. If you watch Glengarry, Glen Ross, Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street, and Boiler Room, you'll see that like people, especially people who aren't even that educated, can learn just how to talk to people on the phone, and they can just ruin lives left and right, center, just boom, boom, behind like. Within 10 minutes, you can ruin a person's life from 10,000 miles away. So you're telling me someone, it's once you see that, it puts in perspective a guy who owns so many businesses, has made so many business deals in New York City of all places. Yeah, he could probably win the presidency because he'll just sell it.
Right. Because it's an emotional sale. He's not, like you get a scientist or doctor, and you're telling all these things like global warming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Scientifically speaking, yes, there's no disputing the fact that this is happening.
Yes.
But the problem is they're focusing on that. They're not focusing on the emotional, how this affects people.
Yes.
How this affects us.
Yeah. And like
individually, not like as a race.
And this idea that like Boiler Room presents like pretty glaringly is also in journalism. It's 100%. If you like read an article every once in a while, they always start up top with the emotional stuff. If the article's about a wife who lost their baby and their husband in a car crash, it's always going to start with, it was a peaceful Sunday morning.
Yeah.
They just got home from church. Right. They went out to Frisch's Big Boys to eat. They got a big boy sandwich and some fries. The daughter tried chicken nuggets for the first time.
Right.
It's going to start with nothing that
Because
needs to do with
story
it.
is important.
Yes, the
story
emotion
sells.
of it is what's important.
It's the story of it, though.
Yes.
Right? It's the whole... That's why, like, a lot of presidents come up, like, Biden had that whole, like, the two people in Scranton that didn't really exist, but he had, like, a whole life story
Yeah, he had a
about
story,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Because is what sells the best, right?
Exactly. Like, listen. If
Vin Diesel instantly starts... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Vin Diesel instantly starts that sale with a story. I work for my father at J.P. Morgan.
Yeah, he establishes a character within the story that he's coming up with, not on the spot because they're trained, but they have to morph it to whatever they're hearing. But like, this goes back to the Trump thing. Is that like, I was saying in 2016 because again, as a Wolf of Wall Street watcher, I've watched it so many times. You can see a con man from a mile away, and the fact that so many people didn't see this con man who was clearly like, yeah, we're gonna build a wall, like he doesn't care about the wall.
Yeah.
He knew that saying such an extraordinarily simple thing was going to get people talking, get him on Twitter, get him on CNN every day. Boom, boom, every day, every day. And if like you're a salesman, you want your product or whatever to be seen no matter what. Because the more people who see it, the more people who are going to think about buying it. Even if it is bad publicity. Because in the world of business and sales, there is no bad publicity. Publicity, it's free advertising at that point. So it was like Boiler Room is a perfect example of like, this is how people talk. This is a skill that's like grown exponentially since the 80s and has been perfected to this day because it's still going on to this day. And we'll talk about that. I want to talk about what today's market scams are. And like the fact that people still don't recognize it, even though we have all these resources and technology, and we even have movies that are...
Well, the problem is I think people recognize the sale more. Like, I think if you
can disguise it as other things, though.
Yeah. But like, I think now if someone came to you and they're just like, like the whole Ben Affleck thing, like if I threw you a life vest, would you grab it? Yes. Buy this. Like, you can tell when someone's trying to get you to say yes all the time.
Yes.
Right. When they're like, would you agree that this? Yes, I would. Would you agree that this? You're like, stop fucking selling me, dude.
Yes.
But it's just a different tactics. You just learn different tactics. Right.
Yeah, and it still baffles me that people this day still like. I don't know what classes they should be teaching or whatever to like avoid being scammed, I guess is the word. But like it's hard but not hard at the same time to recognize it.
Right.
And I think that like if you really want to recognize it and practice recognizing it, just watch political stuff because they literally are trained to do it. They hire people to train them to do it.
Right.
And then boom, bada boom. It's
bada boom.
Bada boom. Next thing you know, 5 years went by and it's like, what the hell happened? It's like, they're that quick. And the Boiler Room, I think, does a great job showing how quick things just change and move on. Like, they were going to leave Harry in the dust. So, which they did technically in the original cut. But,
yeah. I did like, I do like,
we're talking about Boiler Room.
But I do like the idea that they are like, oh, these are also like kind of like wannabe, like, good fella guys. Right.
Yeah, I like that.
The way they dress and how they're up to fight anybody. They're kind of fighting they're with each other as like a family.
Yeah, they make it.
Do you think this is where Vin Diesel got family from?
Yes. Most of the movies, I feel like it's a family. Like in Riddick, even he makes like close friends with Jack and all that. But yeah, and that's how they sell them on this one is like the fraternity lifestyle because a lot of these people are either coming out of like a community college or like are in college still, and they're like. They have that group of friends and they want to keep that lifestyle going and like, oh, there's a job tailored to that. I mean, it's just so easy to just snag people like that. And I think this movie does a good job showing that. Again, I just wish it spent more time on that.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, and then like these guys get recruited. I mean, Seth was recruited.
Yeah.
And they went there probably specifically for that to get that guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I've been like when I was in like college sales stuff, I got recruited for other like, and then you talk to them and you find out about it and you're like, oh, this is a scam. Like and that's the thing is like these 20-year-olds who like don't know what to do with their life. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to start it. You just dangle this money in front of them. That's why Affleck's speech is so great because the first thing it says is like, you're going to be a millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're going to be a fucking millionaire.
You want to talk about the speech?
Let's end on the speech.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I would say like that's, the one lasting factor of this movie, I think, is that speech.
It's that speech. So we'll dig into that. I think that's worth digging into because it is a theme. I didn't know about it, but the more research I did, I'm like, oh, this is like a main speech in like especially business movies.
Yeah,
this is like a main speech.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this last week on our podcast. Is that I know friends, I think jokingly, but I have friends that have done this for like monologues in classes and stuff.
Yeah, I've done 2 from Wolf of Wall Street. The
Oh, wow.
I'm Not Fucking Leaving one,
Yeah.
and then what's the other one? Oh, the phone call one where
Mhm.
he's like where he's demonstrating everyone how to sell
Yeah.
to these people the penny stocks and stuff.
Yeah. And then, so I guess I want to talk about this part with you. So you are like, it's hard to separate this movie because I love Wolf of Wall Street so much.
Yeah.
But Wolf of Wall Street hasn't come out yet.
No.
And what I do,
Not for a while.
I do like, not for a while. And what I do like, well, first we talked about this last week, is that I think every 10 years there's a movie like this.
Yeah, that comes.
Right?
Yeah,
Because there's 80s. 80s is,
Wall Street.
yeah, what would be the 70s version of that?
I don't
I didn't
know
even
if
think
there
about that. Not really, because there wasn't bank culture really there. So you have
then
Wall
you
Street.
have like the Great Depression stock market crash stuff, but I don't know if they're like the same glamorized version. Of
Yeah.
that. It's almost the opposite.
Maybe Network. No, it wouldn't be Network.
No.
Okay, so 80s you have Wall Street.
Wall Street.
90s you have Glengarry.
Yep.
And then 2000s you have this movie.
Boiler Room. Yeah.
And then 2010s you have Wolf of Wall Street.
Wall Street. Yeah.
What do you think of 2020? There's got to be a 2020s coming sometime soon.
Well, that's why I think.
Well, you kind of have Dumb Money.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was trying to sell Jonah on a movie that we should make one that is the in the vanity of Wolf of Wall Street and Boiler Room, but it's crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's now the thing now is like you go on TikTok, you see a guy ranking top 5 cryptos you need to be invested in.
Yeah.
And they still use the sales tactics. They
Right.
still use the language. They use like the grand gestures with the hands and stuff. And then now they also have added benefit of text on the screen, flashing, pictures and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's
why I
the
think
new.
it's kind of Dumb Money right now, because it is
Yeah.
like how they convince a nation to change everything.
Yeah. But I mean, it's to me, it's the crypto scams and the pig butchering.
For sure.
Which pig butchering, I've been leading you on what pig butchering means. So the big scam nowadays, so back in the day was like fake penny stocks, boiler room stuff, all that whatnot. But the big thing now is pig butchering. It's like the biggest scams ever, is when people, and it's specifically this one, it's when people meet someone on a dating app and they like fatten them up. So this is where the pig analogy comes in. They fatten them up by like talking sweet to them, doing pictures, being like, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend and stuff. And then when they fatten them up enough for trust, they then butcher them by being like, hey, I need money for this crypto stock and
yeah.
this and that. Like it always
I've watched
turns
so
into
many documentaries on this.
Yes, this is like, it's called pig butchering scam is what the FCC, whatever the
Like the
United
Tinder
States.
swindler is big on this.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's big on, it started on same-sex dating apps and then went to opposite sex dating apps. It all started in China, apparently. It was where this phrase came from and this idea, but it's still like, I think last year $75 billion was scammed out of people.
Yeah.
And like so much so, like a guy in Kansas who owned a banking firm embezzled $47 million to like fund his pig butchering scam. Like he was getting scammed.
Oh.
Like this is such a common scam now that it's like, we're going to get a movie about this, about pig butchering, about people setting up fake offices where they're doing the fake, like, ooh, baby, stuff just so you can be like, oh, you got to invest in this flip coin stuff or this crypto or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is going to be really interesting because I like these type of movies, but we do need to change them a little bit. And I think this whole crypto and social media aspect to it has got to add a lot of value.
Yeah, because then
and interesting levels to it.
Well, then you kind of bring back erotic thrillers, and I'm happy for that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. But okay, so speaking of the movie stuff, like I do like. First off, we're gonna have a podcast about this. If it wasn't for this movie, I don't think it would have took me a lot longer to watch Wall Street or Glengarry Glen Ross.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Because first off, I love when a movie admits that other movies are in the world
Yeah. Yes.
that
yeah,
aren't
that's-
fake.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. Like one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he comes to the house, it's empty, but they're all watching Wall Street together, and then
Yeah.
they start talking, and then Gecko comes on. Gordon Gecko comes on. Now you got to me.
Yeah.
And then they're like, shut up, and they just take turns like quoting it,
Which is fun.
because that happens in real life all the time with my friends,
Sure. Yeah.
right? Which I thought was great, but also it's like, to me, it's the movie admitting that we are not good. That we're not going to be as good as Wall Street because we still look up to Wall Street.
Yeah. Exactly. Like
Right.
in our universe, it's a movie that our characters.
And even they fuck up the
Digest.
lines. So like we're gonna fuck up Wall Street, but this is gonna be our Wall Street.
Sure. Yeah.
They literally fuck up the lines when they're saying it out loud,
Yeah.
which is great. And then I also liked but we're gonna use Glengarry because of like the leads and all that fake bullshit. Like we're gonna use that more of a template. So then they quote Glengarry in them teaching them how to do their job.
Yeah.
Right.
ABC, yeah.
Yeah,
Always be
ABC always be
closing.
closing.
Which is funny because that's a scene not in the play.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, right? It's the most memorable scene, one of the most memorable monologues of all time in movies, I would
That's
say.
not in the, yeah.
And it's not in the original play.
Uh-huh.
So it's just really odd to me. But I like that idea of movies that reference other movies in the universe, especially when it breaks that universe. Like I love the best one's the Captain America Winter Soldier one where he has like Star Wars written down. And I'm like, well, Nick Fury is in 3 of those movies. So
yeah.
but I think this movie does a great job using it to like make characters and not just like they're not just like fun references. They actually help them build the characters or in the world.
Well, I also like how Nicky Cat's like, hey, shut up, guys. Gecko's coming on. And then like, if you look at how he dresses and kind of how he acts and his hair, you're like, oh, he's just trying to be Gordon Gekko.
Yeah, no, which is great. And like, I like that. Like, if you think more about it, you probably the guy Michael who runs the office or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He probably like puts people onto that movie. And
Yeah.
stuff, or like tries to like he probably when he first started probably used that movie to get people involved. Like I guarantee that in today's world, that the cryptocurrency scams that these like crypto bros who are like my age or younger probably are being manipulated by being like, hey, you ever see Wolf of Wall Street? Oh, I love Wolf of Wall Street because I love when people watch Wolf of Wall Street and then just don't pay attention to the last hour. That's about him beating his wife, getting his like it's horrible.
Yeah,
but everyone just glamorizes the first part, which that's why I like that movie a little more because it clearly shows the pendulum swing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like people use media to manipulate people. Like people on Call of Duty recruit people to their white supremacy groups just through Call of Duty. Like, so this was like this was a cool example of like, people are probably using these movies to recruit these guys, and now they're showing other guys, and now you don't have to do it anymore.
That was a great scene in the movie too when Harry's telling his wife. And then, which is great, is that she's just like, wait, who's this guy? He goes, oh, it's whatever his name is. He goes, oh, he's a family man, actually.
Yeah,
like,
he's a family man.
He's a family. He's using this techniques back on her, but then she's just like, she's smart enough where she's just like, how did you even get your number? And then he's like, I don't know. Like he never even questions how I got this phone call.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh, well, he cold called you. He's like, yeah, it's only $800 there. Don't worry about it. And she was like really nice. I was like, oh no, it's gonna suck when it goes worse because she's really nice.
She's really nice about it. I know. And then so I want to talk about 2 storylines and then we can go to the speech.
Okay.
And I want to talk about Harry.
Yeah,
since where I mentioned it. I want to talk about Harry. I don't really like the Nia Long relationship. That didn't need to be in there.
That didn't need to be in it, but I get why, because it got like it showed him betrayal and so again, if the movie's 3 hours long, keep it. I think this movie had 5 plots and need to cut down to 2.5.
Yeah.
I think the plot should have been him and Harry and him and his dad.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 strongest things. That,
and then him learning the ropes with the crew.
Yeah, well, you need that anyway. But I'm saying like once he's in the ropes, then we get suddenly like once we're in the ropes, suddenly we get 5 other plot lines that spawn, and they're all interesting. But the best one should have been his dad, because that's from the get-go, that's where it starts. And then the Harry thing, which is interesting because a lot of these movies don't actually show the victim. Like Wolf of Wall Street doesn't even really show the victims he had.
Yes. Okay, so good point. So let's do that second, and the first one, let's do the dad. Okay. Since we see it first. So first off, this actor's incredible.
Oh, the guy who played Harry?
Yeah.
Oh, sold it like cakes. Dude.
Not Harry, the dad.
Oh, the crazy, like, yes, the old looking Seth Green guy. Yes.
Yeah, old looking Seth Green is what you said.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but I have it written down here. Ron Rifkin.
Oh, okay.
Who is great. He is like such a, first off, perfect judge. He's in LA Confidential, they're not. And Dragonfly, great. So kind of reminds me of this reminds me of how my dad thinks like he wanted to be with me sometimes, where he's like a hard ass.
Like he's slapping you instead of helping you up if you fall off your bike.
Yeah, I think my dad would have loved if he could have said relationship. Like, that's my favorite line of the movie.
Yeah, what am I?
He goes, I just want to like protect our relationship, like for your father. Relationship? I'm not your girlfriend, I'm your father. I'm your father, yeah.
Actually, the best line in the movie is, it's over, I disagree.
What part is that in?
I think Vin Diesel says that. Someone says it's over, then I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel goes, I disagree.
Oh no, that's Nicky Cat with the girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
When he gives her the box.
Yes, that's it. Yes, correct. Sorry, I don't know why he goes, of Vin Diesel doing that.
I disagree, and walks away. When she's like, we're not together anymore, and he's like, I disagree.
Yeah, and then just walks away. I'm like, nice, dude.
Right. No, my favorite Vin Diesel line is when they're in the car waiting, and then Giovanni Ribisi goes, hey, I wanted to ask you, like, so you still live with your mom?
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he's just like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And then like I love Vin Diesel's like, don't, yeah, well, does it fucking matter anymore?
Yeah.
Right. I do
Okay.
like the line he says too after that, which is like, I like, don't question things. I like being a millionaire.
Yeah, I just like having money. Yes.
Mhm.
So you can go ahead. I do have one more question when we get to it. Sorry, I wrote down
About
one
the dad?
thing. What?
About the dad?
No, just a different thing. The movie brings up, and I'm like, I never thought of that. Is that true?
What's that?
Oh, okay. In the movie, in this movie, they present the idea that you don't sell stock to women.
You don't
Because
pitch the bitch.
and like it takes like a sexist standpoint where it's like they ask too many questions, they nag, they're constantly asking for updates on their stock, blah blah blah. But in my head, I was like, back in the day, did they actually not do that?
Yeah.
Really, I didn't ever put that together. They purposely didn't sell stocks to women. And is it because of those reasons, or is it because of other like? To me, that's just fascinating. I'm like,
I think it's because of like, I think the stereotype that was made is that.
really? Okay. Well, I just like in my head, I'm like, you're just cutting half your market. You're cutting your market in half. Why would you do that? But I guess it was like,
Well, this is
don't
also
waste your
bad.
time on them.
This is
Just-
also, I mean, this is the end of like the idea that like women don't make the decision.
yeah, but then like,
which is bullshit.
if you think
but-
from another sexist standpoint, women are more easily manipulated than men, right? That's a sexist standpoint. So why wouldn't that then be the counter?
because I
to
think
them?
I think the thing is like I think they're implying that these people are only going to take losses because they're because it's a pump and dump.
Mm.
So like these guys are going to just kind of like take the loss and run, and these girls are going to be like, that's bullshit. How could you do that to me? Like they're going to stick to it a little longer. I think was what they're saying.
Yeah, but if they're women, again, thinking from a sex standpoint, they can't do anything about it. But like a lawyer guy could, or a doctor guy, I feel like would have more power to do something about it.
Yeah, but I think they're just saying that like women nag is what they're trying.
I know,
to say.
but I'm like, is that the only reason? Like, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, is that truly the only reason?
I think so.
I'm like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You're having your market, like, just because they nag?
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like shows how stupid they are, but like,
I do like the
I
idea.
found that as an interesting kind of like, they didn't mention that Wolf of Wall Street. That was another thing Wolf of Wall Street didn't cover. I'm like, I feel like they would have covered that though if
Yeah.
that was like a real thing they did. But like, I guess every time I've heard a phone call, it was a guy.
I do like in these movies, and in like, I mean, that it's the same thing. Like when I did like shitty retail sales in college, like that was the thing. Was like basically when a guy goes, I need to ask my wife about it. You basically have to say like, what are you, a bitch or something? Like,
Yeah.
you literally. That's like was the answer is you emasculate.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like I'm sorry. Like every time that you decide to step out for a smoke break, do you have to ask your wife about that? Like Vin Diesel did something like that where he kept being like, or somebody was
Giovanni
doing.
Ribisi did that.
Yes.
He goes, hey Harry, tell me, you make decisions every day, right? Or what do you do? He goes, I work for food processing. So you make decisions every day. He goes, yeah. He goes, so you don't have to call your wife for those decisions, do you?
Yeah,
And he's
so
like,
like
no,
if-
come on. And she goes, he goes, come on. He goes, okay, all right. And when your wife goes to the store, she doesn't have to ask if she uses a coupon, right? And he goes,
Yeah.
oh, come on, don't say that. He
That's
goes,
a good point.
I'm making a point here, Harry. That's all I'm doing.
Exactly. Yeah. I just find that all fascinating. Sorry, that was my big question. Was like, was that true, or was that just in this movie as like a gag of
I
like?
think that's true.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Part of me thought it was true, but I didn't look into it because I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about it. Sorry,
Yeah.
you can go ahead with your storyline now.
No, I think just like I like the father stuff. I think that was great. I think it really like to me it like really gave a good backstory to like his Giovanni Ribisi's
Well, yeah,
motive.
because the motivation that everyone gets rich is such an easy character motivation.
Uh-huh.
But the idea of like, and yes, trying to appease a family member is also really easy. But when you combine the two, it's interesting. It made
Yeah.
for a different kind of main character in these kind of business movies
Yeah.
that I liked,
And it made
especially
them-
since his dad was in his business. His dad was in a whole different genre of job.
Yeah.
So it was interesting seeing how he was trying different things.
Yeah, and I just like too that like he wanted to do. I mean, obviously he cares about, but because you never really see him care about money. You just care about him wanting to be respected by his dad
Yeah.
or like success, I guess.
Yeah. Just being respected in general. I think also by his peers.
Yeah, and I liked the scene when he was just like, I wish my dad could have seen me run that casino. It was a legitimate business. I had this. I was making
Yeah,
money.
work
I
hours,
was
I
providing
had-
a service. I was doing everything I could, and I just did this to help my dad. And now
How about him trying to fuck over his dad and then his dad trying to help him?
I didn't like that.
What the
part.
hell? Like,
Yeah.
like fuck you, dude. Like, and the whole time, like his dad's been like, yeah, aggressive, but like nothing like having a falling with your dad and then coming back like 2 days later, being like, you want to go in on this new IPO with me?
Yeah.
And then his dad then called and be like, I'm sorry, I'm hard on you. I'll help you do this clearly illegal thing. I said it was illegal.
Also, it's kind of like with the whole bike broken leg thing, and his dad slaps him to stop crying. A part of me was just like, dude, you gotta let that go, man. That was a long time ago. He cried. He goes, and also, I didn't like Giovanni Ribisi crying in this movie.
I thought that was fake because as soon as his dad says no, he like stops crying and gets up and just leaves. He fakes that crying.
I was wondering too because I did write down. I was like, is he selling his dad?
Yes, he's trying. I took that as either it's horrible acting or it's smart character work.
I think he's selling his dad. I think he is selling.
But
his
then
dad.
it never comes back around.
I know that's why.
You think his dad would have like clearly his dad's smart, so his dad should have known that. Well, he was just crying to try to sell me. He wouldn't have called him like a couple hours later.
But he hit on the one thing that he knew his dad was fucked up about too. Because you know why I think it is a sale and why he's doing that.
Okay,
is because before that conversation happens, he turns the picture around and it's a picture of him and his bike.
Yeah.
So it's been that experience has been staring his dad in his face every day, all day.
Yeah.
So he knows that's what he thinks
So he
about.
tries to sell his dad. Yeah.
Oh my god. We figured this out.
A new layer of this movie's been a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, just from him going, and then immediately goes, and then gets up and grabs his coat.
Yeah.
Like, and he's out of here. I still think, I think he pushed out real tears, but I definitely think he played it up on purpose to try to sell his dad on this IPO.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's interesting because like when he tells that story to Neil Lang, he doesn't have closure on it, but he has empathy towards why his dad did it.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. He goes, I saw my dad be so afraid for me, whatever. Whatever
for the first time I felt like my dad actually loved me, and then he reached out and slapped me. Or whatever the line was.
Yeah. Oh man, he sold his dad.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he sold the shit out of his dad.
Yeah, and then so much so his dad called him back.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to call his dad. Do you think that
secretly he's just like, fuck you, dad? I got this. Like, don't fucking.
Even in his tone when he picks up the phone and his dad's like, I'll help you out, and him going, thank you, sir, or whatever he says, it's like, I don't know, something about it seems off.
You know what line I was like, okay, is when he goes, hey, you still think about doing this illegal, like this illegal IPO scam?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? You're a judge.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they play it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
Hey, are you still thinking about doing this illegal? If I was Giovanni Ribisi, I'd be like, yo, motherfucker, you're tapping me right now?
Yeah, can you fucking get off my line while talking like this?
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, we still later. Hey, we're still gonna do a illegal bank robbery thing next week.
Yeah, you still planning on illegally murdering somebody later? Because I think I have a guy who can hide the body.
Yeah, and then I also didn't like the whole like. I just was like, ugh, I wanted it to be a better scene because like he's learning the skill. His dad's never seen it, and then it gets brought up where he's like, your dad's gonna lose his job. He goes, no, that's not right, and then he's like, no deal. And you think he's gonna sell the cops, but his sales is kind of bad.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, I'm just not gonna do that. I thought he was gonna like, I wanted him to like sell the cop on being like, oh, you're right, we are gonna let your dad, and then
that's now his like personalities. He can sell people now.
Yeah, and then his dad kind of sees his superpower.
Yeah, Yeah, but no,
not really.
No, we didn't have
he gets his dad off a little bit, but
yeah, then they like have this weird hug across the table.
I'm just gonna lose my judgeship. Don't worry, I didn't do anything illegal. Press play. Hey, you still want to do that illegal IPO scam thing?
Well, he's right. He didn't do anything illegal. It's not illegal to talk about something, but he's still gonna lose his job, which is not good.
Yeah,
not good. What was the other thing he was talking about?
Harry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harry. Yes.
How'd you like that storyline?
I loved it. I wish it was more the focus of the movie because I think it's interesting seeing the victims. Like, I almost wish it was like a dual leading role where it's Giovanni Ribisi and this Harry guy. So you can clearly see what happens on both ends of the phone call.
Yes, like how great would that have been if like Giovanni Ribisi is woken up to do his casino thing and then you see him wake up, take his kids, like dress his kids, whatever, and then go to work early.
Yeah, and then like the movie initially starts off like being like, so clearly these two guys are gonna have to meet or like intertwine. How is this ever gonna happen? Because this guy's in college with a casino, and this guy clearly has a wife and children and a job. Like, how is this going? And then when they first have their phone call, it's gonna be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you'll get like, then you can build up Harry being kind of like easy to push over. Maybe you see like a scene where he's having a meeting with his job and people are pushing him around and his ideas and so like, oh man. See, we're making this could easily be another movie.
Yeah, where you see a sign where you see a scene where he's like a clear moment that he needs to stick up for himself and he won't.
And he won't do it. Yeah, but then you still have all the Giovanni stuff happening where it's like he gets recruited, he gets sucked into this new world. He's trying to impress his dad while Harry's trying to impress his family that he can still be like, a supportive father. Maybe he's not the most like confrontational or like, heavy set dad, but he could still be a functional man, a person to rely on. But then, that gets challenged by the phone call.
Right.
And then from there on it spirals. And then he comes and shoots up the place.
Right. So that's the hidden.
And then we can put the alternate ending back in.
Right. So the alternate ending is that basically they infer it, but like we don't get the conversation between Vin Diesel and Giovanni Ribisi, which sucks because I like that in the hallway.
Oh, really? They cut that out?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I thought I thought what I saw was like just different scenes they cut out and they were putting them back in.
Okay, so
so give us the original ending then.
So the original ending is Seth does the IPO scam somehow and gets Harry his money back.
Yeah, he has Vin Diesel
plus
sign,
then some, and but then he goes to Vin Diesel, gives him a little sign. They meet in the stairwell, and he basically tells him cops are coming.
You should probably leave, but also can you sign this so I can help one guy get his money back?
Yeah,
what we did
and then he
was wrong.
sells him on it. And he goes, do like because Vin Diesel, I have to get my stuff. He goes, you don't have time to think about that right now. Let's talk about something good you can do right now. We start selling him on that.
Yeah, because he knows that deep down, Vin Diesel has been doing bad stuff.
But then we get a scene of Vin Diesel putting stuff in his briefcase, and then we don't know if he gets out of there or not in time. But he knows to leave.
Yes,
right. And then Giovanni Ribisi walks out, and he walks out while the cops are coming in. And we had this great speech where my world is played with what ifs. What if I didn't?
My crack rock slinging days are over. Or
yeah. And he goes, "What if I never got that knock on the door? What if I never did this?
Like
what if I didn't go over here? What if I didn't do that?" And then he goes, because he talk about odds? Because he talks about odds in the beginning of the movie.
Like what are the odds of all these things cascading and happening? And I like that part. I just wish we saw the raid. It's stupid to just cut away from the raid, but whatever.
Am I wrong? Isn't in the movie he goes, a lot of people worry about what ifs, but I talk about odds. And at the end he goes, my life is only played about what ifs right now. What if this happens? What if that happens? There's no way the movie does that good of a job of that.
I don't know. It's something like that. I didn't pay that much attention to like what exactly he was saying.
The deleted scene, which we don't see, is that there's a couple scenes with Harry and his family leaves him, which we see that.
You see that. And he's like,
but then we see him go in the garage. And he pulls out a gun.
A handgun, specifically, yes.
Yes. And then he pulls up to the office right when Giovanni Ribisi's leaving, and they run into each other, and they basically both drop all their belongings.
Yeah.
And then Giovanni Ribisi helps him get his stuff.
Yeah.
And then they say, good morning or whatever, and they walk past. And then in the monologue, in the
the narration monologue.
We basically am like, I did all these things over the phone. I don't even know if I would recognize them if I ever saw them. People that he fucked over.
He says that Harry never got his money back, which is a shame.
Yeah.
He feels bad about it. And he's like, I wish someday I think he says, I wish I could run into him to like apologize.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, but I don't think we would not even know each other.
But I like that. I liked him saying that right after they already ran into each other.
Yeah.
I liked it more than before.
I like the monologue of the original ending better.
Yes.
But I like the idea of this alternate one better.
Yeah.
I would still add in like him showing like the door knocking, all this stuff, like the what ifs and stuff. Because like that, to me, that adds to a greater thing. I'm like, I guess it's implied that he shoots up the office, Harry does. Mm-hmm. To me, I almost, because it's a handgun, I took it as like, he's going to like go to the desk. He's like, I need to see, like, he's probably going to come up and first be like, I need to see Seth. And he's like, oh, he's not in. And then he'll pull out the gun and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to need to see Seth.
Yeah.
I
don't even think he has an idea of what's going to happen.
Yeah, but like, you can't shoot up a place with a handgun, but like, not successfully, So to me, it was going to be like he was there to assassinate just Seth, not just shoot up the whole office. Either way, though, I like that idea. Like that, like, someone losing $50,000 and their family in like a 3-day span.
Right.
Yeah, you will drive someone crazy. So I like that idea. I like that you see that. I like that it ends bittersweet because you see Seth realize what he did was wrong and he tries to reprimand it, but then it still led to horror.
See, I like
which is realistic in this world,
Yeah, I like the idea. Like, we still get the cell sheet scene where Harry is gonna get his money.
Yeah, no, that needs to
But the
be in there,
damage is
yeah.
already done. So I like the idea of him like doing that monologue as he's walking out, and that's when he gets like it ends with him basically getting shot by Harry.
Oh yeah,
Kind of like Uncut Gems, where you're like, of course it ends like that.
yeah.
So he still did good. He still did right by Harry. He still got his money back, but like he still did so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, like, what if he like came out of the stairwell with the signed check, and then he just got like popped because someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy you're looking for." Then he just gets blasted.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, I want that level of danger. I'm not saying that every.
What if he like does that and then he screams out his name and then the guy goes, "Do I know you?" He goes, "I'm Harry," whatever, and he goes, "Harry," and then he just shoots him. So he's
Yeah.
about to tell him.
that I have your money back.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
right for you.
exactly. I like that. I don't know. Not every movie needs to end with a death or a gun. Like, I understand that not
yeah.
every movie needs to end that way, but I mean, like, I don't know. Wolf of Wall Street doesn't end that way either. I don't know about Wall Street, but like Wolf of Wall Street and Glengarry Gun and Ross don't end with guns.
No.
But like these people get screwed over. So
Yeah.
having someone come in an act of passion to come and shoot someone who like clearly that they trusted and stuff like that, to me that's realistic and I want to see that. So
Yeah.
I'm sad that they had an alternate ending where I got to see something I wanted to see, but then they took it away from me. But you don't even get to see it. It's implied, which I almost like a little better because it's like, ooh, artsy.
I do too. Yeah.
You know, but I don't know.
Or even like Harry, and then you see Harry put the gun up and then cuts to black.
Yes, exactly. Like
Yeah.
like the what's that called? The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I wish there was a way we can combine the original and the alternative because the original with the stairwell scene's great, and then the ending like what if montage is awesome.
Yeah.
Then this idea of the danger that he's created. Yeah, because he's getting it out and he's like basically making things right again. But you can't just like make things right when you screw people out of millions of dollars. Like something has to happen.
Yeah, and I also like the scene with the guy from Dead Man on Campus, but like where he gets the cell ticket for Harry, and basically they call in his mentor guy, and then they're like, and the guy goes, "I don't fucking know who Harry is." He goes, "See, how the fuck is this guy even supposed to know if the lead guy?" Because they kind of fixed that problem, which is that he opened up that account.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be calling him; he'd be calling
Yes.
the other guy.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like it though, but I do wish there was a way to combine those two endings. Because if the movie ended that way, I would have been like, whoa, like I understand it's not like it does seem more of a shock value ending to make me go whoa, but like I don't know.
But also, it's like again when spoiler, but like when Sandler gets shot in the face at Uncut Gems, like I was so nervous and I was so excited for him to like win that, and when that happens, all I could think was like, of course that's what happened.
There's no way he's not gonna walk away with $200 million or whatever he won.
Yeah, it's the most
It can't
obvious ending ever. He's been antagonizing this guy this whole time and acting like he's nothing.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it makes the most amount of sense. The same thing with this guy. He's just like, yeah, he cares about him at the end there, but like, yeah,
it's so good. I wish that this movie had that, because for a movie that's so like, I don't want to say bro-y, but that's so like
it's bro-y.
Yeah, but like it seemed really bro-y to end it with the gun thing, and I'm like, kind of sad that like just go all in, man.
Yeah,
just go all in, because like I believe you. I believe this guy would have done it. They did a great job setting up that guy.
Yeah,
and I
also
wish he had a better payoff than just cowering in the corner losing his family, which sucks. But like, what's next for him? And not that I need a what's next, but like, I don't know, like. Show me something. I understand that he got his money back. Yay, happy ending, whatever. But like these movies lend themselves to not happy endings. Mm-hmm. That's why I like these kind of movies, is because they lend themselves to bittersweet endings, like The Godfather 2 and whatever, like, or Godfather 1 and Wolf of Wall Street. They're all bittersweet because like there are conclusions. You feel something, but it's not fully a good feeling nor a bad feeling.
Right.
Like, because what happened bad still happens bad.
Right. Well, it's like because they get you to root for the kind of the anti-hero, but then they are like, this guy is an anti-hero. This guy's not really a hero.
Yeah.
So like he still needs to have some type of recourse. They still needed to have some type of recourse.
Yeah, because like they try to at the end make Seth like a hero, and I'm like, no, he's still bad.
Yeah.
And like, you know, implying that he led to someone getting shot in the office because he wasn't there. Great. Like, that's so good. That's like
in the first line of one of the first lines of the movie is him being like, how do I get money the easy way?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what happens. That's the danger you face. The ending's fine, but I think that mixing the two would have made it it might have bumped it up a whole like star for me, because like an ending really, it's stand up same way. It's the way you leave them can like help fix your first 5 minutes of a set. Not saying this movie needed a ton of fixing; it just need more time. But that would have really knocked something out of the park if it ended that way. I would have been like, whoa.
I kind of wish that like movies sometimes can get like the Stephen King treatment where like, you know, Stephen King will like write a story and he's like, I can do better at that. And then he basically writes the same story, but like it's the same thematic.
I think we did. I think we wrote this story we can improve by having Harry and Seth be the main character, the two co-leads, and then they
But give
they
David
meet with
Younger
the
another
call,
chance.
and then they
Like
come
give
back
directors another chance at their story.
Yes, or whoever made yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's bingo bango.
Well, because it's written and directed by the same person.
Oh, okay.
David Younger.
I didn't look into like production wise. That's interesting.
He kind of went nowhere. He did Proof. I had it here. Which is like a weird movie to go left
That's
on.
strange. It didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, you know, I thought that too. But like, I will say like the writing's not the best. It's not really directed. It's edited really well. The directing's kind of. You know what shot I did really like?
Ugly. Well,
Huh?
the ugly blue the whole movie though.
Yeah,
but
but
then,
you-
you know, that's 2000s.
You know what shot I did like is the shot is when Scott Conn like tackles that guy out of the bar, but they have that sweeping shot. It's a very
Oh.
Scorsese, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah,
kinda
you
cool.
see a lot of Scorsese in this tonight. I think that's a plus for it.
Oh, they need to bleed for this.
Oh, it's Benadryl. Sorry, Vin Diesel was selling a doctor on Benadryl. I wrote that down. He says Benadryl. I wrote it down. Benadryl.
You're not hearing that right. That was
He
not what
says
it was.
Benadryl. I swear to you, he said Benadryl.
No, it's not.
What?
You heard it wrong.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up now.
Yeah, but he did bleed for this. Which is a boxing movie. Look at that.
Oh, well, this goes back to another quote I wrote down. I should have brought up sooner. Was the contact sport? They call it a contact sport because it's about hitting your contacts.
more contacts
and
you get.
yeah, and I was like, that's smart. I really like the way of summing up these cold calls are contact sports.
Mhm.
So that plays into your idea that it's a sports. You said a boxing movie. It's a sports. You saying it's a sports movie, I think is really arguable over a boxing movie. But like, I like the idea of calling these like business cold call, big persuasion movies sports movies. I think it's really because it's a sport of talking.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You're so smart.
You're so smart. We're so smart.
You're so smart.
High five.
Yeah, high five.
Okay, so you wanted to end on this, so let's end on the Ben Affleck speech.
Yeah. So I was wanting to go through the speech and we can kind of break down like how this works or why this works. Because we like you were in sales and I was in sales and I've like taken
Shitty sales. Don't
Yeah.
say sales.
Oh,
Shitty
okay.
sales.
Well, I've taken classes on like persuasion and sales tactics and stuff, and it's all fascinating. Same thing with journalism; it's the same classes basically. So we're gonna break down this really famous speech in Boiler Room just a little bit. We're gonna kind of glaze it breakdown. It's not a full breakdown. We're gonna go over Ben Affleck's speech in Boiler Room and why it's so good.
Even since the
essentially.
beginning.
What?
I like the intro. Him walking out, kind of looking over, comes over, and he goes, "Oh, that's my seat."
Uh-huh.
He goes, "Fucking dumbass, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So initially
Come
from
on, Skippy, let's go. Get your ass out of the Italian leather chair and get the fuck out.
So initially he comes in and kicks out two guys immediately.
Yeah.
One guy's established this idea of family because the guy calls another guy a dumbass.
Mhm.
The second one's because the guy has already taken his, what is that?
Series 7.
Series 7. The other one's because the guy's already taken his Series 7 and, he would know it's a scam at that point. But also because this is an entry-level thing and he wants everyone to feel like they're on the same playing field
Yeah.
and they're all competing equally.
Yes.
So he throws another guy out, and also that establishes dominance with him. They're like, all eyes on me. Everyone shut up and listen to me. He is the head honcho. I mean, he could be a nobody. He could be a secretary, we don't know. But just from that beginning power play he's done, he's the CEO. Like, I mean, he could be anybody. He is Martin or Marlon.
Yeah.
you know?
And I do like the we don't hire brokers, we train new ones.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So that's everyone's like, whoa, we're gonna be new. Like we're gonna like.
We're getting training. Like, we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to like.
And I think also I think it's also a good technique, as in you're all on the same playing field.
Uh-huh.
So now it matters who's gonna work harder than the other person.
Yes. And then we started the speech off with, okay, here's the deal. I'm not here to waste your time. Okay, I certainly hope you're not here to waste mine. So I'm going to keep this short. Immediately already establishing this idea that that you're going to get rich quick. We're not wasting time. We're going to cut to the fat. You want to get rich. You want to get it now. Boom, right off the bat.
Yeah.
With the first two lines, you don't even know it's coming yet. Next one.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Was it become a trader here or whatever? Within the first year, you will make $1 million.
Yeah, you become an employee of this firm. You will make your first million within 3 years.
Within 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no question that you are going to be a millionaire. It's just how many times over will it happen?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the next line. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. You will make $1 million within 3 years of your first safe employment at JT Marlin. So you get the hook immediately. So in sales or any kind of speech or whatever you want to say or persuasion, you've got to put the hook in. That hook is so well worded.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, from the get go, you get it clear in your head that Ben Affleck is not just saying things. He is either he wrote it or someone wrote this for him, and he has memorized it like the back of his hand. Because he even like rattles it off like he's said it 100 times. Because that line is so like, you got everyone's attention now. You have everyone's emotional investment now in the next couple words you're saying, that you can hide the kind of fluff and stuff by just repeating this line over and over again. I mean, that sounds good to me. $1 million in 3 years sounds good. There is no question as to whether you or not you will become a millionaire working here. The only question is how many times over. You said that. That's good. Do you think I'm joking? I'm not joking. I'm a millionaire. It's a weird thing to hear, right? That line is so important. Him saying I'm a millionaire, it's a weird thing to hear, right? Immediately puts him on the same level as the other people. He makes it very apparent to everyone that everyone here has an equal chance to be in his shoes from the get-go. Because you can be in like an interview and stuff and see a boss or whatever, and you'd be like, I can never reach that, and lose motivation or whatever. By him coming down to the thing and being like, oh, it's weird that I'm a millionaire, right? It is, because everyone is thinking like, that is weird to say. I can't imagine myself as a millionaire. And by Ben Affleck bringing himself down there, he immediately already has everyone on the same level as him. So not only has he brought the room together, he's brought himself down with the room as well.
Yes and no. So yes, but also he's now he's proven that his statement is correct, right? That's why like when they're trying to sell you fat pills or workout stuff, they always do before and afters. Yeah, because it's a proven methodology that works. Yeah, right? I'm a millionaire. I did what you did, and I'm here now. Yeah, exactly. And he's also being like, look how young we are, and you've never been in a room with a millionaire, but you are right now. Yeah, I guess that's implied by him saying that. Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, but it's the equivalent of he was like, I used to be fat, but now I did these pills. It's the same thing. Like, I used to be where you guys are, but look at me now, I'm a millionaire. So yeah, but I think it's also like, yeah, it's really to say, right? Like, yeah, it's the same thing where it's just like, yeah, you're going to be this too. I am already this. You know, I'm your future. Yeah, and the word weird is technically in the realm of like speech writing is an unprofessional word. Weird is not like you would say odd, or you would say just any other larger word than weird. By him using like the normal phrase of it's weird, right? Immediately again brings him back down to the level of like we're all here having it. We're all here. Yeah, like we're all looking at the same. Yeah, we all know what's going on here. I'm not sugarcoating it with stuff, but it's all in every word possible that like sells people on stuff. And he says, I'll tell you, it's a weird thing. Okay, I'm a fucking millionaire, and guess how old I am? 27. You know what that makes me here? A fucking senior citizen. The firm is entirely comprised of people your age, not mine. Lucky for me, I happen to be very fucking good at my job, or I would be out of one. Right. So the thing is this isn't that far away for you. Yes, exactly. It's not far away from you, but B, you do have to work. Right. So that's me. He's not going to sugarcoat like, oh, you can do nothing. No, he's like, no, we're looking for workers. Because he's saying either you're going to be good at your job or get the fuck out of here. Right. And not going to be in his shoes. So that's a good thing to put up front. You guys are the new blood. You're going to go home with the Kesef? You are the future big swinging dicks of this firm. Now you all look money hungry, and that's good. You know why they look money hungry? Because you just promised they can make $1 million in 3 years. Yeah. So that's not like, again, they're saying things to him because, again, if you're telling me that and you're like, you can make $1 million in three years, and then what, like a minute and a half goes by, and then you come back around saying you look money hungry? I am, because you just put in my head I am. But also, it's like a car salesman saying, like, it looks good, doesn't it? Because like most people aren't thinking that, but once you say it, like, it does look good. Yeah. Right? You are money hungry, right? You do want this, don't you? Yeah. I mean, I was already initially money hungry, but now maybe I am money hungry because you actually gave me a figure. A figure, but also you told me that I am. Yeah, exactly. People like to be told what they are and what they want to do in sales. A lot of some people don't. So that's why you got to do it a certain way. Yeah, well, that's why saying not in a relationship. That's why saying but in a power dynamics sense, they do. Yeah, that's why saying up front $1 million in 3 years is so important because he swings back around and uses it a couple of times against them. Like it's like, oh, I'm money hungry. I want that $1 million in 3 years. Yeah, because they have a figure now that they can go for. So again, that's another important line of just saying, now you look this, right? Like, yeah, like you're saying, like, you like this car, right? Like, by giving them a question that clearly answers yes. Yeah. Yeah. That goes back to what you said earlier with the yes stuff. Good. Anyone tells you money is the root of all evil doesn't fucking have any. That's just funny. That's true. Yeah. They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that fucking smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby. Ear to ear, baby. Which is, that's just a funny line because he's just stone cold a cinder block in that. You want details? Fine. I drove a Ferrari 355
I can't say this word, cabriolet. Whatever. He throws his Ferrari keys on the thing, which then like goes in some
"What's
guy's
up?"
hand, and then he holds it.
Yeah.
And it's like, again,
I like the end. He goes, "Give me those."
yeah. I thought he was gonna kick him out.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like, "No, I didn't say touch those. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here." Anyway, like, yes, again, another great way. I mean, that's the most obvious way, showing the money. Not only talking about the money, but showing the money. You show a set of Ferrari keys.
Mhm.
Yeah, every 22, 23-year-old man is going to be like,
Yeah. Now you're building fantasy, right? You're building fantasy.
you're building
of what
another
that will
goal.
bring you.
Not only you get a goal for the million 3 years, a car.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting these promises now and this. And nothing else has been said so far. He's not mentioned what the job is at all.
No.
Nothing's been mentioned yet. It's
Yeah.
all just selling you on, you need to listen to me and say yes to whatever I'm going to say, no
Mhm.
matter what I'm going to say, which we'll get to what he says, and it's not great. He's got a ridiculous house on South Fork. Yeah, I have every toy you could possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. What does that mean?
That means that he has no debt.
Oh, okay. I was like, I just thought, to me, it was like the Marty Supreme line where he's like, I'm a vampire. And I'm like, that's fun. Like, but no, that makes sense now. I am liquid. So now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required. You're required to work your fucking ass off at this firm. That's not a huge stretch to ask for.
Mm.
Like, everyone knows you got to work hard to get money. We want winners here, not pikers, which pikers is someone who takes small bets on stuff.
Mm.
They want someone who's going to go all on stuff, which again, I don't think any piker wants to be a piker. Really, they want to bet big, with money and stuff. A piker walks at the bell. A piker asks how much vacation time you get in the first year. Yeah,
Vacation time.
vacation time. People come in, listen. I understand this is an illegal firm, and that what's happening now is a total scam sales or whatever right now. But let's say, I mean, that's very true. There's a lot of people into, like, especially my age. That's a problem with Gen Z, is that like they're asking for days off, vacation time, all this stuff like up front instead of just like working.
Yeah.
Like, yes, everyone should be allowed to have vacation time. I'm not saying no one should be allowed to have vacation time, but like when you are like in the first week already asking about that and asking this and that, and
You're a fucking piker, dude.
It's not being offered to you with you asking for that information. You seem weaker in their eyes. And I'm not saying that's a socially acceptable thing. I'm not saying we should be doing that, but it's true. Shut your mouth for at least the first week, man, and just do your job. Prove you are going to put work in, and then week 2 you can be like, oh yeah, did we get vacation time? I might have a wedding in like 6 months.
Right.
I don't know. Just to me, that is a problem with Gen Z. So I think that's a correct line he says. People come and work at this firm for one reason: to become filthy rich. That's it. We're not here to make friends. We're not saving the fucking manatees here, guys. You want vacation time? Go teach 3rd grade public school. That is almost a word for word line of, if we're here to make money, we have enough money here, we can save this fucking spotted owl with that money. If you want to go if you don't want to go make money, go work at fucking McDonald's. That's the exact line from Wolf of Wall Street. That's almost like the same cadence and everything.
Maybe it was a little homage.
No, it was. I definitely think that there's homages in this from there. Okay, and we're on the last paragraph. Okay, first 3 months at this firm are all trainee. You make $150 a week. One sentence, you make $150 a week. That's fucking terrible.
Right.
That's even with inflation or whatever, that's like horrible.
It's minimum wage. Yeah.
Is it minimum? I thought it was below.
It's probably below, especially in New York.
Yeah, well, in the IMDb trivia it said it'd be $300 a week.
Yeah.
But they have it. But like, there's 3 paragraphs of awesome, like, Ferraris, $1 million, get rich, haha, he's funny about the manatee, he's doing little jokes and stuff, and then he just slides in $150 a week.
Yeah, but then
front.
he turns it into great because
exactly. But he hides clearly that, to me, that's the scam part. When you hear that, like, because I've done like Indeed and LinkedIn and stuff, and you get some of these jobs, but then when you actually like start looking into them more and see what, like, you get like a thing like that, you're like, oh, this is going to be like a scam place, and it usually always is when they start really low and promise high yields.
Yeah.
But he just throws it in there, then he's immediately back into the
But he also goes, he basically says it's not enough because like your friends are gonna make fun of you, like your friends are shit.
Yes, he helps make it seem a little better at least. Yeah, but it's still not. Like,
Well, also your family's gonna do it. How do they fucking care when you're making their their fucking Lexus payments?
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
So he's basically saying like
he has
$150. Hey, I know that shit. Your friends are gonna make fun. Your friends are gonna say it's a scam. Your parents are gonna say scam. Guess what? They don't fucking know because you're gonna make $1 million. Is basically what they're saying.
Yeah. So for the people who were because he quickly spouts out the actual information. He says $150 weeks. You done your training, you do your Series 7, you pass it, become a junior broker, you open accounts, you open 40 accounts. I mean, that's all rattled off. That's like the actual job that he just, it's like 2 sentences in this giant monologue is the actual job of
I
what
like
they're
that they say
doing.
it so quickly and they trust the audience that they're listening so intently that then they don't have to over explain it later.
No, and they do like explain the 40 accounts thing a couple times, which I think was kind of important.
Well, I thought
to
they did
keep out with what Seth,
well, I think
Seth
they
was
did
doing.
a good job too and that also shows how bad his like mentor is like you're supposed to give the trainee their 40th.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Then it comes back around, which is really fun.
Yeah.
I like that. A word or two about being a trainee friends. You said that whoever they're going to give you shit about it is true. $150 a week, not a lot of money. Pay them no mind. You need to learn this business, and this is the time to do it. Once you pass a test, none of that's going to matter. Your friends are shit. You tell them you made 25 grand last month, and they're not going to fucking believe you. Fuck them. Fuck them. Parents don't like the life you lead. Fuck you, mom and dad. That's a classic like Al Baldwin kind of line in Glengarry, Glen Ross. Like just the way he even like leaned into someone. I'm like, boom, Glengarry. See how it feels when you're making their fucking Lexus payments. Awesome line.
Mm-hmm.
Great, because like yes.
Yeah.
Again, he brings it down to the level
You're
of
gonna
like
be the provider for your family if you do this.
using language that everyone can understand. Like yeah, my parents don't drive a Lexus, but I understood what he meant.
Yeah.
Now go home and think about it. Think about whether this or not this is really for you. If you decide it isn't, listen, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's not for everyone. But if you really want this, you call me on Monday and we'll talk. Just don't waste my fucking time. Okay, that's it.
There's no other guys taking calls on a Monday.
No, he's not.
Yeah, okay,
Who knows what that guy does? Again, that guy could have been a janitor.
Yeah.
And who just memorized a monologue.
Well, that's a great sales technique too. It's like he's basically saying like, hey, if you don't think that you're strong enough for this, okay, don't be embarrassed. So what he's basically saying is be embarrassed.
Be embarrassed, yes. By putting in their head of like that there is a no option and saying the word embarrassed and it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But like it's human nature that everyone wants to be everybody.
Right.
Like we are not. We want to like we are naturally programmed to
he's
like
qualifying
want to be part of a group.
It. Yeah, he's qualifying you for it too, saying that like if you actually show up, you're not everybody. You're above everybody.
Yeah, you're above average. You're a different kind of breed, and everybody everybody anywhere that's going for anything wants to be a part of a different group. No one wants to be a part of the herd of sheep. Yeah. Everyone wants to be the shepherd.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just small things like that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, and it's not for everyone. Immediately puts in your head that's like, I'm above that. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Well, I would be embarrassed.
I would be. Well, now I am a bit. Yeah, it's such small.
The same thing like, oh, you like that car, right? You're like, well, I do actually like this car.
Yeah,
you know?
like, yeah.
It's like the same thing where it's like, isn't it cold in here? People are like, it is cold in here. You
yeah.
know, like,
well, you see, like the the interior. It's got the tech and all. It's not for everyone.
Right.
And then
a lot of people don't understand that stuff.
Immediately establishing like you're an idiot if you don't know how to drive a car, and nobody wants to be an idiot. So you should drive the car so you're not an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
that's like when I used to sell like personal training. It was like we don't want anyone here that's like we only want people that are going to accomplish their goals. So if I'm offering it to you, I think you can.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly right. And then it's just the way he.
I have a high success rate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then then he like leaves, and just the way he leaves, comes and goes. It's like it feels so. At first, I hated it because it felt so scripted and forced. But then that's the point. It's a guy.
It is scripted and forced.
It's a guy literally reciting a script that was probably written by the owner of the company to just recite, and then he just fucks off with his day. It's just another day. He does it probably every day, and he's like, I got to go do this real quick, and then he comes back and gets to do his job.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many of those scripts I've had to memorize throughout my career in my early 20s.
Yeah, of like sales.
Sales scripts, everything. I mean,
I'd love to learn one like this though for like a group of people. That'd be kind of fun.
I mean, like I worked at I don't care if I say this LA Fitness for a long time, and those people.
It shows.
You
look incredible.
Now. Shut up. I will tell you this that dude, LA Fitness is the boiler room of personal training sales. It is insane how
they get
bullshit it is. They sell you. I don't know if this might have changed since then, but when I worked there, they sold you 30-minute training sessions because they could keep the price low.
Yes.
And then I had to like sell them on like, you don't need an hour, you need 30 minutes. You're gonna warm up for 15 minutes, cool down for 15 minutes. What do you need? Why you pay for a whole fucking hour? Like we're gonna tell you 30 minutes, the only part that actually matters. We just expect that you do the work that you're supposed to do before and after, or else you're not gonna see the results.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
And it was like I had to memorize a script that I don't think like same thing with like the Metapad or whatever that stuff is there. Like it's just a pamphlet of things I don't know it's true. I don't have no degree in this at all. And like that LA Fitness is also their whole sales strategy and their whole business strategy is based off a book.
Yeah.
Right. And that is like it's something close to the 7 failures of management, or something like that.
Mhm.
And I had to memorize a failure formula, which is people fail in their direct proportion of their willingness to accept socially acceptable excuses for failure. Something close to that. And basically, if I was having a bad day sales wise, and I was like, well, it's a snowstorm outside, or like I had a bunch of people cancel, they'd be like, what's the failure formula? And I would be like, people fail in their willingness to accept socially acceptable excuses for failure.
Sure.
And they go, yeah, so you accepted failure. Failure didn't come to you. So go do it. And you're like, okay. And it was all emotional sales. Like that whole Ben Affleck later, he goes, there's a sale made on every single sale. Either they sell you, whatever. I've had that same exact speech given to me for personal training. Or it's either like, it was you make them leave. Either they leave with personal training, or you make them leave with the feeling that they'll never become the person that they want to be.
Yeah.
That's your fucking job. That's how shitty jobs are.
Yeah.
And like my
Especially
girlfriend
sales
worked
ones.
not for personal training, but like she was like, I've been in that speech, that Ben Affleck speech. I've been in that like 5 times.
Wow, that room.
After school. Same thing. Where they bring everybody in, they give them that whole speech. And then as you learn the business, you're like, this is a fucking scam.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a script.
Yeah, my proudest moment is when I worked at an amusement park and they had, like, I used to take pictures of people when they first come in, which nobody likes those people. Nobody. And they had a little script that you'd say whenever people would come in, like, hi guys, hi guys, let's squeeze together for a quick picture here. Like, in a way, it was written to, like, the people didn't have an option and stuff like that. I actually notoriously was the only one that didn't do that script, and I got in trouble for it a lot. But then at the end of the year, I was the top salesman by 2,000 pictures. I sold 10,000 in one season.
Yeah.
Because you just I did the Ben Affleck way of like bringing myself down to their level. I know they fucking hate me. I know they don't like that. I know that when people come to the music park, they want to get on a ride immediately, don't want to take a picture. And you give them that option. You let them be like, okay, hey guys, you want a quick picture? You start off with just the question. You already know it's a no. So you already have the second thing planned out. It's like, okay guys, I understand, get to a ride. But it'd be ashamed if you had a great day and didn't get a picture. The amount of people who would then turn back around and actually come towards me was exponentially higher. And I would shift that depending on if it was like a group of girls my age or if it was like grandparents. You just shift the script around. So to me, there was a benefit to a script, but also a benefit to being able to be flexible with the script and sell to whoever you're with and whatnot. So that's my little experience with selling. Like at Target when I sold TVs, it was like there was no script. I just got to do whatever I wanted to because I just knew TVs, so I could just. People are there to buy TVs. I don't have to sell them that hard on a TV because they're already there for it. I just got to sell them which one, and I don't get a commission, so who gives a shit? Yeah, that's my sales background. Yeah, I didn't learn a bunch about sales, but I had fun like manipulating the sales and trying to get people to stop what they were doing to take a picture when also they have phones, and then also they're there to ride a ride. They're not there to buy a picture, but then sometimes they buy the picture because I was so happy.
Yeah,
and people spit on me, man.
Yeah,
yeah, like literally, I've had like many people spit on me. I had like people like because they hate those people.
Yeah,
because like the script and the way that because people don't like salesmen immediately. But if you just don't act like a salesman, just bring yourself down to the level, kind of like what Ben Affleck did. Like, oh, it's weird, I'm a millionaire. I used to be like, you immediately become just more friendly, even though you're still, there on the clock being a piece of garbage. Yeah. So, yeah. Great movie. Sorry, good script. Good.
You ended on a really sad story where you got spit on. You ended on that, right?
Oh, that's not sad. I think that's interesting.
That's sad.
I'm sorry, that was sad. Oh no, I meant that as like more interesting.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. It's fascinating. Like actually doing a sales job.
I just hate because I've been that guy and so much is like my patience for the opposite is so low now because like I've been in like it's really interesting how like some low end sales are really high pressure. Like personal training or like car sales or like car sales is a little higher because it's like obviously like the second most important thing you ever buy, but like it's just sometimes it's just this whole like it's crazy how hard those sales are at such an amateur level.
Yeah,
and it's very frustrating on the opposite when people try to like sometimes I feel like when it's weird when I don't know if you feel like this when you go to Disneyland for the pictures or whatever the fuck you said. But yeah, it's just like I like the Seth thing when the guy from the paper calls him
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "You think that's a sales call? Sell me." And the
Oh
guy
yeah, I
goes,
forgot. That is a lot of fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, because in the kind of sales that I had to do whenever I'm in those environments and those people are trying to do the same thing to me, I'm always just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like this, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, literally, I would say 80% of it is just confidence. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
confident in any of the words you're saying, they're gonna immediately know that and just hang up.
Well, it's confidence, but it's also controlling your emotions during it and not slipping that you're angry that they're not buying it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have confidence in that they're gonna buy, you wouldn't slip into anger.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you come off the bat with just like a positive, confident attitude, you already have you have 80% of it. You just need to learn the 20% of like what words to say now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the most important thing, because I see people all the time be like, "I'm saying what I'm supposed to say." I'm like, "Yeah, but you sound like you want to get ran over. Like you sound like you want to go home. Like that."
Yeah,
Nobody wants to be sold by someone who sounds like they're like they rather crawl on under a hole than talk to them.
Yeah, it's the scene in Reservoir Dogs when he has to learn the story.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point. We have to learn the story over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's to the point where it's real.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And you have to believe in it, right? And that's the problem too, is I think in all the things that I've sold, I and again, it's my early 20s, but like I made myself believe in it so much so I could sell it that now I believe in all those things still to this day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that ties in very well with the idea that I'm thinking of a movie, Jonah.
Okay. Is it Zathura?
It's not Zathura. No.
Okay.
No, but I wish.
Okay, so it's not Zathura. It is a movie that you're thinking of. Okay.
Yes, I'm thinking of a movie.
Yes, I got that.
Jonah, I'm thinking of.
Are we walking away from decades? Are we still okay with that?
We could do decades, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I already kind of told you what decade it was in earlier, but that's okay. For the clip, go ahead.
Before the podcast.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, but I didn't know because I didn't know it's for me or for you.
It's for you.
It's for me.
What?
No, I know the movie's for me to pick, but okay. Do you want to? Okay, whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
90s?
No.
So 2000s?
No.
2010s?
Yep.
Okay. Is it a fantasy movie?
No, it's not a fantasy movie.
Okay. Is it swashbuckling?
It's not swashbuckling. It will come eventually, and you'll forget it's coming.
Yeah. Anybody from Saturday Night Live in it?
Wow, what a great question. I love that you've been using that a lot. I'm gonna say.
You're gonna say. You have to say yes or no. This isn't a.
No, I mean based on the 10. I'm using Letterboxd based
Okay.
on the top 10 billing. There's no SNL people. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of cameos. No, I don't know.
Okay, and then we were kind of talking before pod about movies.
Yeah.
And you had an idea of a segment that we could do, and that was about like movies that defined the 2010s for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Not for me, but I think we're doing that list as subjective. This is not our opinion. We're coming in with like hard, like this is it. Like
now, is this for us, period, or is it for like what a generation, what you think a generation thinks?
I think a generation thinks. That's what I'm saying when we do that. I think we need to think for our generation when we make our list.
Okay, is it Project X?
It's not. No, my generation does not look fondly on Project X. I don't think.
Okay, is it a comedy?
It is not.
Okay. It's not a comedy.
No.
Is there comedic parts in it?
Of course there is. Yes.
Okay. Would you consider Boiler Room a comedy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because that's funny.
It's definitely more dramatic. Like you were right in saying that.
Okay. Because sometimes I'm always kind of wondering how we define that. If that's
No,
different.
yeah, I would.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna straight
Action.
That's the second genre.
The second genre
There's two genres.
is the first drama.
No,
Crime.
it is crime.
Crime.
Yeah. We're looking at a crime action movie.
Crime action movie. Is it rated R?
Yes.
Why'd you go with that? Yes.
Because it doesn't say on Letterboxd. I had to remember.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is it ensemble?
No, but I mean, the other people in the movie are very famous. I would wager like 6 people in the cast, but I would not call it an ensemble because there's a central character.
Is it Fast Five?
It is not Fast Five. No.
Is it
Can you imagine me skipping all the other Fast and Furious just to watch Fast Five? It's not Fast and Furious. No.
Is it part of a series?
No.
Is it, I mean, as in like, is there a sequel?
It's not a franchise. There's no franchise.
There's no
No franchise.
Franchise is the word I
No
was looking
sequel.
for.
No prequel. No.
Okay. 2010s. Wait, did I say the first one's crime?
Crime action.
Crime action. Okay.
Mhm.
Is the crime like? Is it like guns and a lot of shooting in it?
Yeah, there's some.
Okay.
There's some.
Have we talked about this movie?
No.
Okay. Do I own the movie?
I didn't check. I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
It'd be weird if you didn't.
It'd be weird if I didn't own this movie.
Mhm.
So did it do well in the box office?
Yep.
Was it number one, you would say?
Yep.
The
Yeah.
guess?
Mhm.
Has it won any awards?
Ooh, yeah, it definitely did. I don't know about Oscars though. I don't think so, but I could check that for you.
2010.
Because last time I gave you Oscar stats, you got it immediately. So I feel like I need to give you Oscar stats.
Okay.
I'm still not over King Kong.
Oh, yeah.
it made, yeah, I forgot how much money it made. We're looking at nominated for 3 Academy Awards.
Best Picture?
No,
Best Director?
no, I mean no, like the smaller ones.
So best like editing.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yes.
Is it best editing?
I don't know.
How
Let
do
me
you
go
know
look
that?
further. I'll
Okay.
keep looking for you.
But how'd you know it was the smaller ones?
Because it's an action movie. Action movies at the Oscars always get the smaller ones. Like
Is it
F1.
Avatar?
It's not Avatar. No, that's 2009.
Okay, that's sci-fi more.
Yeah. Yes, best editing. Yes.
It won for best editing.
It didn't win. No, it was nominated.
Nominated for best editing.
Yeah.
I
don't think that's very helpful. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. Is there a main star in it?
Yeah.
Is it a male or female?
Male.
Male. Is it an ensemble? Because you said there's multiple people. Or they're more like cameos.
No, there's some. It's not ensemble. I wouldn't say that, but it's not like. It's like Boiler Room ensemble.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's people that like maybe aren't famous yet.
No, the people are famous in this movie. I'm
Okay.
saying like the actual like structure of it is like there's a lead character, but the ensemble, but the people around him are like important still, and they're really in the movie. But it's
Okay.
not it's not like Oceans where it's like everybody. It's supposed to be like an ensemble like that.
Okay. The actors in it, are they over 40 or under 40?
All of them, or what do you ask?
Like the main actor, is he over 40?
In this time, no, under.
Under 40, 2010s. Is he in his 30s?
No.
He's in his 20s.
Yes.
Baby Driver.
It is Baby
Yeah!
Driver. Correct. You got it.
Yeah!
It's Baby Driver.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love that movie.
Yeah, 2017, Ansel Elgort and our friend Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Starring in Edgar Wright's 2017 Baby Driver,
Nice.
which I argue is one of the most defying movies of the 2010s of how
Really?
huge that was for people.
I would not guess that is that you,
For people my age, that was our Fight Club. Dude, you would go to college and they'd have, every room would have a Pulp Fiction and a Baby Driver poster.
Really?
Boom, boom. It was
Okay.
everywhere.
I'm learning something new
People
about
were
this.
obsessed
Okay.
with Baby Driver.
I love this movie. I haven't seen it in a
And
long
then
time.
the two main stars got canceled, so no one talks about it anymore. And
What
it,
did Igor get canceled
I
for?
don't
Was he
remember.
biting or something?
it was something, I don't want to say stupid, but it was something smaller, way
Yeah.
smaller than Kevin Spacey's stuff he had going
Yeah,
on.
which sucks because he was in Tokyo Vice.
In West Side Story.
Oh,
And they
I
kind
still
of
don't
try
watch
to
that.
bury the movie because he was the lead in that also because
Ah.
of that. But you got Ansel Elgort, Kevin Spacey, Lily James, John Hamm, Jamie Foxx, John Bernthal.
Jamie Foxx and John Bernthal rule in this.
And John
Yeah.
Hamm is
He's such a badass.
He's so
in it.
hot in the movie.
He's real hot.
The way
man.
his beard and hair go.
Yeah.
I mean, this you want to talk about Tarantino when he did with music. This movie in music for my generation
Bill
was like,
Bottoms.
yeah,
Bill
it was
Bottoms.
wild. We never once talked about it. I didn't know how familiar we were with the movie, but like
I've probably seen it like 4 times.
I think it's worth watching because it's almost going to be 10 years old soon. So
Wow.
I'm like, I think it's time to revisit. It was on my top 100 for a long time, and then I took it off because of like, it's hard to watch with Ansel and Kevin and like.
I can move.
And then
past
like
that.
it was a movie that was so overplayed for me and it was so over talked about for me that I disliked it.
Mhm.
So when I first watched it, I didn't like it. The second time I watched it, I thought it was the greatest thing I ever saw. But then every single person would love it. There'd be posters, there'd be
Yeah.
T-shirt. I mean, people were obsessed with Baby Driver, acting like it was all the people who were like half in and half out of the film world, being like, "This is the greatest piece of cinema," and I'm like, "It's amazing," but like. It was so overplayed and overtalked about for me. I actively started disliking Baby Driver.
Really.
So, and the same thing happened with Kingsman as well.
Okay.
So, to me, I wanted to revisit it to see if, like, now that I'm older and now I haven't really heard much about Baby Driver. I actually saw a clip recently about someone talking about Baby Driver, and all the comments were like, "Greatest movie ever," blah blah blah. And I
Yeah.
was like, I forgot that this was like an obsession with people.
Here is what I remember is that it starts way too good, and it just doesn't live up to the hype.
I can't remember how it started. I just remember
The first heist that it happens, like in
Oh.
Driver. I mean,
in Drive.
yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Drive. But I would say Baby Driver did it better.
Yeah, so I like this one because we're going back to a heist movie. We've done that. We're going back to another car movie, but we're doing it in my generation this time instead of yours. So I
Nice.
think that's interesting. And like Edgar Wright didn't really like it. This movie was such a huge success, and then nothing happened. It's really odd. But I
Yeah.
would definitely we're gonna next week also do top 10
The
movies.
hype for this movie was huge.
It was huge, and then it delivered, and now I think people were
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!" So like this movie for me, I'm definitely gonna argue we're gonna be doing a video next week of top 10 movies that define the 90s and top 10 movies that define the 2010s, and this movie's definitely on that top 10. 100% defines
seems
the
too
2010s.
strong.
No, it was
More than Congo for the 90s?
what? What are you talking about? We're not comparing the two.
I feel like Baby Driver is the Congo of the is the 2000s.
What? You're crazy, dude. The 2010. I'm gonna actually do one for every year, and the 2017, nothing really came out that year.
Mhm.
Baby Driver was like rock and roll. Everybody watched it. You went to the theater. Like people were going out to watch Baby Driver and being like, "This is the greatest thing ever." It was mainly people that are high school and college.
Yeah.
So, which is the important demographic.
Yeah, I remember the first heist scene up front, and then him getting the coffee and stuff, dancing to that song. It was
Yeah, with
great.
the
And then after
windshield
that, I was
wipers.
like, yeah. And after that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like it started so.
We're gonna have a lot to talk about, and I'm
Okay.
excited to talk because there's so many like good songs. There's the car action's amazing. Kevin Spacey, and then everybody
It's pretty
else
good in it.
is really good. Dude, and Jamie Foxx's bats is so good.
Jamie Foxx is so fucking.
Oh my god,
badass
there's
in
so
this
much we're
movie.
gonna delve into, and I think we're gonna have
You know what?
What?
You know who could have been a better Miami Vice? Jamie Foxx and John Hamm. Like
Yes.
dressed as those two.
Oh.
My God.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. I
Right.
love it. I wish John Hamm did more movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking about Baby Driver next week. I'm excited about it because, again, this was a movie that I was obsessed with and then I fell out of love with.
Oh.
So I'm excited to see if I actually do still love it
Nice.
and if it will re-enter my top 100 because, man, did I love this movie. But, man, did people not shut the fuck up about it and make me hate it.
Yeah.
Ugh. So thank you all for watching this, though, for Boiler Room. Thank you for Jonah for showing me. This was a movie, when it ended, I was like, oh, okay. But then the more I thought about it and I kind of did my own research on it, I'm like, no, I like what this movie does.
We should start making a list. Let's do this next week. Let's start making a list of
The
where
movies?
the movies I choose for you rank and where the movies you choose for
Yes,
me rank.
I was thinking about doing that. And I was like, we kind of need a little more. But I think after Baby Driver, once we do Baby Driver, we'll rank them.
Yeah, I can't rank them for myself. You should rank them for, like, I rank yours and you rank mine.
Yeah, but we'll have an even amount is what I'm saying at
Yes,
that point.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's great. It's a good idea. But thank you for showing me.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and I'm glad that, like, thank you for mentioning Vin Diesel.
Yes.
Oh, wait, can we? No, we were already done. But Vin Diesel's great.
He's so good.
I'm so sad that his career never made it. Like, it made it, but
he's a household name.
I hate that the fork in the road happened and he went this way instead of the other way.
Instead of doing more like kind of like
It's just crazy that fucking Spielberg chose him.
yeah.
Chose him. He didn't have to audition for fucking Saving Private Ryan. He had that role for him.
Yes. Crazy.
Crazy. Because of Multifacial. You ever see Multifacial?
No.
This is the thing that you forget, that he's kind of like he could have been our Stallone. I'm going to end on this. He could have been our Stallone. You know why? Because this motherfucker wasn't making it because everyone's like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't know if you're white. I don't know if you're black. I don't know what the fuck you are. Like, you're too muscular, but you're not muscular enough. You're good at, like, whatever. So he makes his own movie called Strays.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, yeah, I read about
And then
that.
he does this. He makes his own, directs and writes his own little mini movie called Multifacial. And it's about that. It's about an actor who is struggling
to find a spot in Hollywood.
to find a spot in Hollywood because nobody knows what to do with him. And then he ends on this monologue about, like, not having a race to go to, kind of. And Spielberg sees that showing and is like, that man's a fucking star.
And then puts him in one of the biggest war movies of all time and
I
Saving
have
Private Ryan.
Multifacial. I should loan it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. I mean, congrats to Vin Diesel, but also sorry you got sucked into your own franchise and you had no other avenue to go.
Have you ever
down.
seen Strays?
No, I
I didn't
haven't.
see it either. Okay. I wonder if that's good.
But again,
Anyways,
thank you for watching, guys. Comment down below with the Boiler Room. Follow us. Hopefully you enjoyed us talking about sales for a long time. I like talking about it.
Yeah.
We went pretty noteless on this one. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah,
we still
great.
had plenty to talk about. No dead space.
no Dead Space.
Congrats to us. Congrats to us.
High five. High five.
Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and be here next week for Baby
When
Driver.
we do this, we kind of high five to each other, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Be here for Baby Driver, guys. See ya.
Right.